thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today, USA Boxing. We are back. Looking at everybody in the chat right now, man. We're gonna give it time for everybody to roll in. We're gonna be talking about these fights, man, coming up, man. I love the fact that we have this Joe Smith Jr. And a tour of Baturbia fight coming up. I'm looking forward to that fight because I believe it's gonna be a damn good fight. Somebody getting knocked out.
True.
Somebody get knocked out in that fight. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. So we're gonna be talking about that tomorrow and Friday. Give our predictions. More than likely we'll go live. We're gonna do a fight party for that fight. So we will be doing a fight party for that fight. Absolutely, we're definitely gonna be doing that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm excited about it. Now, let's talk about the business at hand. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. I'm listening, right? I said, okay, but damn, I'm seeing that it's supposed to be some kind of big announcement. Okay, Tyson Fury giving the big announcement. Okay, some people feel, his fans feel he's the best heavyweight in the division. Some of them even feel that he's the best heavyweight in the history of the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I was under the impression that okay, he gonna talk about is he gonna drop the belt? He did say he retired, but he said that after he fought Dillian White, maybe the emotions were high and he just needs some time to think about it. It's kind of hard to really listen to it's kind of hard to listen to what a fighter says right after a fight. You see what I'm saying? Because fighters say all types of stuff, especially when you're dealing with Tyson Fury. And I have the video. I forgot which show I showed it on. I'm going to have to find. I think I know where it's at. But when he was on a MTK Global event, and I think he was he was doing this interview, and that's when he was looking real slim and trim. When he was talking about, he was going through the arbitration with Wilder, and they was talking about, okay, yeah, man, we're gonna be fighting AJ, and I need $100 million deposited into my account so I can know it's real. All of that stuff. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. And he said that they asked him a question, and they said, man, are you pulling our leg, or are you being real with us? You being honest with us? And he said, you just never know with me. You know what I mean? You never know when I'm lying or telling the truth. Because when I'm lying, people think I'm telling the truth. And when I'm telling the truth, people think I'm lying. I have the actual footage. MTK Global, it was on the IFL. It was at it was IFL TV interview. MTK Global. I had the video. I'm gonna find it. So with Fury, he lies a lot. You know what I mean? His fans say it's head games. I call it lies. You know what I mean? However you gonna dress it up, a lie is lies, right? He lies a lot. So, anyways, but that's neither here nor there. So I thought that okay, he's gonna give us some good information. He's gonna tell us what he's gonna be doing. Come to find out, it was just pretty much the same old. He said that he's retired. We're gonna play the video. I got the footage right here. As a matter of fact, let me set it up. He says he's retired. They was asking him about what he wants to do with his career from here on out. He reiterated that he was retired, but he did say that's the interview right there with White and Jordan. Shout out to White and Jordan. I think they're UK based. Talk Sports Boxing. I think they're UK based. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? So he talked a lot about he is retired, but maybe he'll give Wilder another shot. He'll fight Wilder for $20 million. Like. No one wants to see the fourth match. Wilder don't have to be. Goddamn, so you just want to keep fighting Wilder, right? He said that, right? And then they asked him a question about fighting the winner of Anthony Joshua and Usyk. And boy, for me, that's when it kind of went like, did he say what? And he said it all throughout the interview. In order for him to fight Alexander Usyk, he needs to get paid $500 million. That's exactly what he said. And so, and people thought he was joking and stuff, right? He kept asking me, "Are you serious?" He like, "No, I'm dead serious. I need 500 mil, right? And I'll go ahead and bring all the belts back to the UK where they belong." Every time I hear Fury talk, I think about the Pirates. You know what I mean? Because I used to watch Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that. And you think about pirates, it's like, "Ahoy there, shiver me timbers." He sounds just like a damn pirate to me. Now in the UK, I think Fury is probably from the country part of the UK. So I know in the UK that might be natural. You know what I mean? But I would assume that he's very, very country in the UK where he's from. I would assume that just based on his accent. But to me, he sounds like a pirate when he talks. Like he'll make a good voiceover for a pirate. Easy. You see what I'm saying? Easy. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. Now, Tyson Fury says he'll fight Anthony Joshua, the winner of Anthony Joshua and Usyk for $500 million. And I believe he more so saying Usyk. If Usyk wins, you know what I mean? Why $500 million? Now, to me, that's pricing yourself. Okay, you're retired, right? But for you to say, man, an astronomical number, $500 million, that's classic pricing yourself out. And that means that you don't want to fight. I don't give a damn what nobody say. When you say some shit like that, man, I ain't trying to fight that dude. He's a pumped up middleweight. Yada 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 yada. Yeah, but you fought a pumped up middleweight, light heavyweight or whatever, cruiserweight in the Cunningham, right? Well, anyways. So I'm like, okay, he want 500 million. God damn, the motherfucker. So I said, he probably, this Tyson Fury, he just bullshit, he just joking. No, he was saying that shit all throughout the interview. And I'm gonna let you guys hear it. Now, in a recent interview with Talk Sports, and he said he'll fight Wilder for 20 million. No one, I don't think no one want to see that again. Maybe Deontay Wilder fans would love to see it and have Wilder keep fighting him. Or maybe even Tyson Fury fans would love to have him keep fighting Wilder. You know what I mean? But to me, that chapter is closed. So I don't think we should even entertain that at all, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Now, in a recent interview with Talk Sports, Fury says that he'll come out of retirement, and he'll fight Wilder for $20 million. I'll let you guys hear it. But when asked would he fight Usyk if he was to defeat Joshua, if Usyk was to defeat Joshua, he was asked would he fight Usyk? Come out of retirement, defend the belt, whatever, because he hasn't dropped that belt yet, and he has not officially retired. He hasn't dropped the belt or anything. I'm going to get into that. Right now, but when asked if Usyk was to win, would he fight Usyk and Joshua, and if he beats Anthony Joshua, Fury said that he would need $500 million in order to fight him for undisputed. When asked if he's retired, why he just won't drop the belt, Fury said that he's not going to drop the WBC title and he's going to hold on to it for an entire year because he earned it. He says, I have up to a year to defend this belt, and I'm going to hold it all the way up until a year. So the guy in the interview was like, that doesn't make any sense, Tyson, because if you're saying you're adamant that you are officially retired, if you're adamant about that, why hold on to it? He said, no, I'm going to hold on to the belt. I fought hard for it all of me years. Shiver me timbers. I fought for all of me years. Me lads and me pappies and stuff like that. He said all that shit. I'm dead ass serious. And he said he's not going to drop the belt. He has up to a year to hold that belt. I didn't know that. He had up to a year to hold it. Right? I'm like, damn, okay, well. Oh, you know what? I think I know why, because Dillian White was the mandatory. He fulfilled his mandatory obligations by defeating Dillian White, so he could just hold on to it. So I do get that. But it doesn't make sense to me. If you're retired, why hold on to something when you're not going to come out of retirement and fight anyways? So, it makes a whole lot of sense. This is Tyson Fury. It makes a whole lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So now, as I said before, when asked why he won't drop the belt, he said because he fought hard for it, he earned it. He has up to a year to hold on to it because he just fulfilled his contractual obligations from the mandatory. So that tells me that he's going to come back and fight. He's leaving that window open. Yeah, I'm gonna probably come back and fight. I know I'm lying and everything. Everybody know I'm lying, but everybody know I'm lying, saying I'm retired and I'm not coming back. But I'm leaving that window open. When he said that, I said, "Oh, he coming back. He coming back." You see what I'm saying? And he's probably just waiting on, to see who win out of Joshua and Usyk. He's probably waiting on that. Now he want a whole lot of money to fight Usyk, and Joshua maybe he'll want a little less. I don't know. I don't try to figure Tyson Fury out. I know he's a liar, so I don't believe shit he said. I believe it when I physically see him in the ring. Anything he says, I really don't believe. I can try to analyze and to see exactly which angle he's coming from, but I know what I'm dealing with him. And that's what I will say about Fury. He is consistent. He's consistent. You know what I mean? Now, the question is, if Tyson Fury is truly retired, why in the hell is he holding on to the WBC belt? Some people feel that if he holds on to the belt for a year, he's holding up the entire heavyweight division. I'm going to tell you what, and I get the point. Because let's assume, okay, now, let's assume, okay, Joshua and Usyk, they fight. Joshua was to win that fight, or Usyk was to win that fight. Now, you know Alexander Usyk would want to do what? Alexander Usyk would want to become undisputed. Usyk want all the smoke. He ain't running from nobody. We know Alexander Usyk track record, and Anthony Joshua fights him. He fights everybody. You see what I'm saying? So whoever wins that fight would definitely want to become undisputed. Fury, by him being quote unquote retired, but he's able to hold on to the belt. And I don't know if a fighter is retired, is there some type of paperwork? Do they have to submit to the sanctioning body saying I'm officially retired? I don't know. I'm not gonna say a lot to you guys. I have to talk to someone who know a little bit more about that situation than I do. But I say all that to say this. That would be kind of like holding up the division. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it'll stop all of the other guys from fighting each other, but let's say you Alexander Usyk, you win the titles from Joshua in a rematch, and now you want to fight to become undisputed before these mandatories was to come up that you have to defend your titles against. But the guy who's holding the belt, he can hold it up to a year because he just fought Dillian White. So you talking about next year sometime. Next year. I don't really like that. But I'm gonna let you guys hear the interview. Now, the winner out of Usyk and Joshua won't be able to fight for undisputed until Fury drops the belt, because he's not mandated to fight any one of those guys. You see what I'm saying? He can hold on to it. And again, you guys know how I feel about these sanctioning bodies, man. You know how I feel about these sanctioning bodies. Now, the thing with Tyson Fury is he's such a huge liar, as I said before, and he plays a million mind games with his lies. You see what I'm saying? Boxing fans really don't know what to believe when it comes to Tyson Fury. Now, I doubt the boxing public want to see him fight Deontay Wilder again. I don't think no one wants to see him fight Wilder again. But if you are a Tyson Fury fan, you believe that Fury is the greatest heavyweight that ever lived. I know I had a lot of run-ins with Tyson Fury fans last year. A lot of them unsubscribed. I ran a lot of them off the block, and I'm so happy I did. So happy I did. Not the fans, but the fanaticals. The fanaticals is just, oh my God, they just so disgusting. So emotional, so moist. The fanboys, not the Tyson Fury fans. The Tyson Fury fanboys, oh my God, yeah. I told you, boy, I got all kind of races hate me, but I got whites hate me, I got blacks hate me, I got Hispanics hate me, Asian, it don't matter, bro. All of them say the same shit when it come to me. I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't. It's these fanboys. It's just fanboyism, that's all. Now, I will say this. If Fury doesn't drop that belt, then that tells me he's not retired. That tells me he's not retired. And if he's not retired, then just defend the belt. That's all I'm saying. Hold on, I got shout out to Michael Buffer. Hey, okay. Dropping them 2 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, Mike, what you say? He say, in other words, I don't want that Usyk smoke.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, Mike, my thing is this, fam. Okay, if you're retired, right? Okay, cool. Why hold on to the belt? I don't understand that. How can a retired fighter hold on to a belt if he's retired? I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but I do got a master's degree in common sense. And that don't make no sense to me. If you are a retired fighter, how is the sanctioning body allowing you to hold on to the belt unless you're not retired? Unless if a fighter that's retired, maybe they have to fill out some kind of paperwork to, I don't know. I'll probably have to ask Steve Kim or somebody. I don't know, but okay, if you're retired, how you able to hold on to the belt? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That shit ain't making no sense to me. That shit ain't making no sense to me. It ain't making no sense to me. You know what I mean? It just ain't making no sense to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he's retired. And my common sense telling me, I said, he can't be retired then. Maybe there's some kind of loophole with the sanctioning body. He said he have a year. As a matter of fact, let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. I'm not, again, I don't have my run-ins with the Fury fanaticals. I'm not going to tongue wrestle with these guys. If you want to leave right now, please leave. Please leave. I swear to God, unsubscribe and leave. I do not want you over here. I don't need you. I really don't. But these guys is moist as hell. They get offended about anything. If you ain't got a poster of their favorite fight on the wall and you praying to them before you go to bed and praying to them when you wake up in the morning, they got some serious issues. But here you go right here. Is this the one? I think this the one right here, guys. Hold on. Okay, cool. All right. Now this interview is about 17 minutes long, guys. We're just gonna, I do not own the rights to this materials for educational purposes only. This is for Talk Sport Boxing. Talk Sport Boxing. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to connect the phone to my roadcast. All right, bam. There we go. Here we go. But I'm not gonna lie. It was a good interview. I really like these guys. These guys who host this podcast. I like their energy. They was being really direct with their questions. They didn't hold nothing back. They was being really direct with their questions. I really like that. They asked the tough questions. I really, really like that. What you say, Blue Hunnits? You say Fury off that good coke. Yeah, man. Okay. For real though.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Here we go.
Tyson Fury, good morning.
Get up there, Jim White. Come on, son.
Great to speak to you.
Good morning, guys.
Listen, you spoke.
Good morning, the UK Talk Sport listeners.
Once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. Let's go.
Hope everyone's having a brilliant day in the sunshine. Positivity, boys.
We were so thrilled speaking to you up at Wembley, Tyson, because we were delighted to hear that you love this show. Well, you're on it now. You're live with us this morning.
Hold on. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Moves.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Wrong sound effect.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Mr. Boxing Move, what you say, fam? You say Fury holding out for big cash fights, not competition. The big cash fights, Mr. Boxing Move, is Anthony Joshua. That's the big cash fight. I don't think no one will argue that. And then Alexander Usyk. So if Usyk was to win, I'll let you. Forget what I said. I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm gonna let you hear it, fam. I'm gonna let you hear it, my brother.
Absolutely fantastic. Great to be on the show. Simon Jordan and Jim White, the best talk show on radio, barring none. Yes, sir.
Tyson, great to speak to you. Thanks so much for joining. Danny Mills is with us. So listen, the last time we spoke, you were telling me, that's it. I've just beaten Dillian White, and that is that.
Yeah.
I retire now.
Hey, you know the crazy part about it? Now that I think about it, before this interview, I remember another interview he did where he was sitting next to Frank Warren. He said, I got a 5-fight plan. I got a 5-fight plan put together. I'm gonna fight. He said what he said? He said, I'm gonna fight Dillian White. Well, I don't know if it was Wilder. Well, I think after he beat Wilder, I'm gonna fight Dillian White. After I fight Dillian White, then I'm gonna fight the pumped up weightlifter, Anthony Joshua. Then I'm gonna fight. He said, Alexander Usyk. He named 5 names, and the last name was I'm gonna give Odell boy, a good payday, and I'm gonna save him for last. I just thought about that shit. I said, damn, wait a minute. He said that. Hold on. Hey, let's continue.
7 weeks later, I take it you didn't fancy retirement.
Yeah, I'm retired. I'm 100% retired. Nothing's changed. Everybody's making all these assumptions that I'm coming back. I've got these dates. I'm coming back for a few exhibition fights. Playtime, showtime, entertainment.
Okay, so he said he's coming back for the exhibition fight. Once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. When I'm playing someone else's material, I have to talk in between it, guys. So I hope you guys understand that, to be patient with me. So yeah, I mean, I understand that everybody's doing the exhibition. I get it. I get it.
I mean, I'll hold this up in front of the lads here in the Sun this morning. Fury's £200 million return. You're coming back because you still think you can beat everybody that's put in front of you, and you're going to make some sensational amount of money. Is that right?
I don't know who's paying that 200 million, but send it over my way, please, if you can.
Tyson, does that, Danny Mills, does that mean that exhibition fight is against Anthony Joshua? Do you think it's that easy?
I don't know. I don't know who the exhibition's against. I was assuming it's going to be against an old-timer or The Rock or somebody like that. So maybe it will generate.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to hold these exhibition. I don't watch exhibition matches. I didn't watch the Floyd Mayweather one. I'm not going to watch the Fury. I don't really watch them, to be honest with you. I watched Tyson and Roy Jones. I did watch Tyson and Roy Jones. I'm not going to lie.
200 million my end. Get off.
In all seriousness, Tyson, you thought about it, but were you always going to come back? I mean, when you spoke to us, 7 weeks ago, this was what you told Simon and myself. Have a listen, mate.
I'm a fighting man through and through and through. Hundreds of years of generations of fighting men on both sides of the family. But there comes a time when enough is enough. I've been at this 20 years, 14 years this year as a pro. I've had a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I've had a great career. I've won every single belt there is to win in boxing, every one of them. I've obtained times tried to make the fight with a big dosser, a.k.a. AJ, and it's never happened. And all of a sudden, this new guy's come on the scene, Usyk, and beat him up. And now people are saying, oh, well, let's fight him. Let's keep going. You can't keep moving goalposts on me. I'm only a man.
Hey, that's what he said back in May. I tried to make the fight with AJ for the umpteenth time. Wait a minute, man. You had a contract to fight Deontay Wilder. You had a contract to fight Deontay Wilder, and you tried to get out of that contract, allegedly. I don't think you tried to get out of it. Now that I think about it. And you negotiating the deal, had Eddie Hearn running all over the world like a damn dummy. Eddie thinking, yeah, man, they told me, Bob Arum them told me that, hey, man, the arbitration's not going to stop this. Stop this fight for undisputed. And then to come to find out to have Bob Arum say, Eddie's dumb. He knew what the situation was. He knew that the Wilder had the arbitration and that the judge can rule in Wilder's favor and that we'll have to fight, Deontay Wilder. Bro, they made Eddie look like a fool on that. Like me, if it was me, after experiencing something like that, I can never do business with someone like that again. But that's just me. That's just me. But I'm not a promoter. But so that fight was never going to happen anyways, because your side of the street or whoever lied. So that was, so I can't take that as though, yeah, we were trying to make that fight. No, you wasn't trying to make that fight. You was contractually bound to fight someone else. Wilder took you to court in order to, to get the outcome that he was looking for in the third fight. But let's continue.
The blood and bone. And I had my heart set on fighting AJ, and it's not happened. It hasn't happened for the last 5 years.
Tyson, be honest with me. You're coming back, and you're coming back for Joshua, aren't you?
Right, I'm going to tell you the truth. I was on Good Morning Britain this morning, and I told them the truth. I am retired 100% from professional boxing. I made that very clear on the last show I did with you guys at Wembley afterwards, and I'm still adamant. I am 100% retired from pro boxing.
Okay, let's stop right there. If you're 100% retired from pro boxing, where the WBC belt at? Anybody. If you're 100% retired from the pro boxing, where is the WBC belt? Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio, where the WBC belt? I need to text Steve Kim. I need to text Steve Kim or somebody. Steve or Rick Glazer. I need to text somebody. I need to find out what is the process when a fighter is retired. It has to be, this is what I'm thinking, guys. It has to be you have to fill out some type of paperwork in order for it to be official. You see what I'm saying? But that it has to be that. It has to be that. But let's go.
I don't know why everyone keeps saying I'm coming back.
Because you're such a big draw, Tyson, and the division doesn't have the personality that you have.
That's all well and good, but I am officially retired from professional boxing. I will be doing some exhibition pantomime stuff, not real.
Well, Tyson, let me take you back to your sentiments about 6 months ago when you talked about having 5 more fights. And you
so he finna talk. Damn, he finna talk about the 5 more fights. Let's go.
Talked about giving Derek a payday at the end of his career. You talked about cleaning up Joshua. You talked about cleaning Usyk's clock as well. And what's changed?
Everything's changed. I retired after my last fight.
He's like, wait a minute, man. Let me tell you what you said about 6 months ago. You said that you was gonna. Let's see that again. Hold on. That shit was hilarious.
You have.
That's all well and good, but I am officially retired from professional boxing.
Okay.
I will be doing some exhibition pantomime stuff.
Okay.
Not real.
Well, Tyson, let me take you back to your sentiments about 6 months ago when you talked about having 5 more fights. And you talked about giving Derek a payday at the end of his career. You talked about cleaning up Joshua. You talked about cleaning Usyk's clock as well. And what's changed?
Everything's changed. I retired after my last fight.
Yeah, but what's changed from that sentiment? I spoke to your dad before the fight, who was pretty much in the camp that he thinks you're going to come back. But what's changed in your mind between the conversation last October to fighting White, which you made light work of, to where you are now?
Listen, I told you all before the last fight. This will be.
You know what changed? He was lying. That's what changed. He does what he does best. He's a liar. He lies. That's what changed. He lies. He lied. Let's go.
My last fight, and that is my last fight. That's my last professional fight. I've retired on top of the world, undefeated, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. He's won every single belt. I'm not interested in coming back out of retirement.
Okay.
I only just retired 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, how long it's been.
Okay.
I've not got that itchy feet straight away. If it was 5 years down the line, then we could maybe talk about it.
Tyson, is there nothing that can bring you out of retirement?
A couple of exhibitions. Sorry,
is there nothing that can bring you out of retirement? Because you're right. You've achieved everything possible in the sport.
Okay, he achieved everything possible. He's retired. Where the belt at? Where's the belt? Okay, you retired. Where the belt at? Because it's something that someone said to me. I didn't even think about that shit. I was like, damn. Okay, you know what? Whoever wins out of Joshua and Usyk will surely want to fight for that belt to see if they can become undisputed. But let's forget Joshua and Usyk. From what he said in this interview, he doesn't have to defend that title until a year because he already fulfilled his mandatory. So that's just a whole year just sitting on it. But you're retired. Like, which one it is? I'm like, which one it is? Let's go.
Nope.
But everybody would love you to sort of go out on the absolute very, very top by beating Joshua. Well, I would for sure.
Even that 200 milli report from the Sun today, that didn't even tempt me. I thought that would be like half of what I would want to come out of retirement. I probably want half a billy to come out of retirement.
You're getting a bit bloody carried away with yourself now. But
no, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
But you speak, Tyson.
He said, no, I'm telling you the truth. No, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, that's what he say. All right. Okay, let's take him at his words.
Half a billy.
You speak wonderful.
From the Sun today, that didn't even tempt me. I thought that would be like half of what I would want to come out of retirement. I probably want half a billy to come out of retirement.
You're getting a bit bloody carried away with yourself now. But
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. If
but
want
you
me out of
you
retirement,
speak,
it's gonna cost
Tyson.
$500
You speak that wonderful, and it's great that you can have the expectations of commanding that. But you speak about being a generational fighter, and your life is your life. And but you've also spoke about being a fighting man. It's what you do. You haven't cleaned up this division if you don't fight the guys that. If you don't fight Usyk or Joshua, you haven't cleaned up this division, and that doesn't sit with you, not Tyson Fury, the fighter that we've watched.
And AJ's bubble's been burst, so he's been beat twice. He ain't a virgin anymore. He's been battered from pillar to post.
Let me break some down for you casuals, you Tyson Fury casuals and fanboys. As a matter of fact, let me do this. In order to be considered the best in any division, right? You're going to have to fight the top guys in that division. Muhammad Ali. Let's go. Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, whether you like him or not, whatever the case may be, is irrelevant. They had to defend their titles. They fought all of the top 10 guys. You know, Ali, not only did he fight the top 10 guys, he'll fight the guy who lost to the number one guy. Let's say you was the number one contender, you know, and you was the number one contender and you was to lose to like a Ron Lyle or something like that. Ali will fight Ron Lyle and he'll fight the dude who Ron Lyle beat if he's in the top 10. You see what I'm saying? That's how we got all these fights. That's how we got the Thriller Manila, the Joe Frazier's, the Bonavitas, the Jimmy Youngs, the Ken Nortons, the Ernie Shavers, Leon Spinks coming out the Olympics with 7 fights. He fought him. You see what I'm saying? The Chuck Wepners and stuff like that. They fought him. Ken Nortons. Hell, even Larry Holmes, and Larry Holmes, beat Ali when he was pretty much done. This what they did. He lost some, he won some. If you look throughout history, just recent history, those top guys, when you're the champion, you clear all doubt because you might have caught this one guy on a good night. And what determines whether you are the best or not is who you beat, and is who you beat. What the competition was like in that top 10. Did you beat the guys in the top 10? Because it's called clearing all doubt. That's what these fanboys don't understand today, because they just started watching boxing a couple days ago, or 3, 4, 5 years ago, and then they're in love. Like, let me tell you something, man. These men that's in the sport of boxing that watch boxing, these men are so bitchified. The women who watch boxing, they don't act like these men that's watching boxing. These dudes are so moist, as B-Mac would say. These dudes are so moist. And it doesn't matter where they're at, what part of the world they're in, what their race or nationality is. It's the same shit. I'm like, these dudes are so moist. And they don't know. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. And some of them so fanatical that they don't want to know. I don't care. I'm in love with him. Let's continue, man.
On 3 weeks' notice.
But if Usyk beats him, he hasn't been beaten, has he?
No, he hasn't. But that's a middleweight coming up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. None of my interest at all.
But Tyson, you're on with us now, and
so would you have fought Holyfield in your time then?
No, I wouldn't have.
You would have done, Tyson.
He wasn't.
So he said he wouldn't have fought Holyfield in this time. He said that Usyk was a middleweight, moved up, and he beat Joshua, yada 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 yada. Blah blah squad. See that's a different mentality from, I've been watching boxing 40 years. That's a different mentality from the greats that I've watched in the past. The shit I see going on today, it's crazy. I'm saying to me, it's crazy to me. I'm gonna open up the phone lines once we get the lights up. But it's crazy to me. But let's continue.
Holyfield was never a middleweight, was he?
Tyson, it all boils down to this, mate, and I'm pretty
That's
sure
true.
I'm spot on with this. Let's say Tyson. Let's say AJ beats Usyk. and then they come to you, Frank comes to you with more money than you could ever have imagined, you will fight Joshua, won't you?
I've already got that.
I know that, but you won't be able to say no to that, will you?
Well, if it's half a billy, then I won't say no, will I?
So,
okay, he said if it's half a billy, then he won't say no. So he's saying here, I totally missed that the first time. He's saying if Joshua was to win, that he would need a half a billy to fight Joshua.
So all we've got to do is establish the price, then, haven't we? That's what we're saying. And by the way, you have fought a cruiserweight because you fought Steve Cunningham.
Yeah, you fought a cruiserweight before.
Steve Cunningham knocked out cold.
Yeah,
So
but he's a
what you gotta
cruiserweight.
do-
So don't you comment about you won't fight cruiserweights and you wouldn't have fought Evander Holyfield because you would have done.
See, you see how these guys are good. These guys was pressing him on that. He said, listen, I'm showing you the contradictions. You saying you won't fight a pumped up cruiserweight, but you fought Steve Cunningham. You already fought a cruiserweight before. So he's pointing out the contradictions. You know what I mean? But I like these guys. I really like these guys.
Is go and get half a billy, and then the Gypsy King will come out and solve all these problems for him. Because if AJ gets beat again off Usyk, then it's only going to be one man to redeem this great fighting nation of the United Kingdom, and he goes by the name of Tyson Fury, a.k.a. the Gypsy King. And I can solve all the problems, the embarrassment, all that stuff. That's going to happen. You know, one call, but it's going to cost half a billy.
You're saying 500 million, Tyson, would do it, is it?
Listen, and that's fine. You want half a billy, you ain't gonna never get that shit. So we know that's some bullshit. That's just pricing yourself out. That'll never happen. My thing is this: you're retired. Where's the belt? Some people feel like, okay, he'll be holding up the division. And I didn't look at it that way until I just thought about it. I'm like, damn, well, you know what? Well, if he retired, okay, he's gonna drop the belt. Let somebody else fight for the belt. Like you said before, you made all the money. You're the Gypsy King. You're the greatest fighter in the history of sport of boxing, according to your fans. Lord have mercy. Your fans are your fanboys. You held every belt known to man. Okay, fine, you did. You held every belt known to man. That's true. What I don't, because they got so many goddamn belts. Between the European belts and over here, the major belts. I totally agree with you. Okay, cool. All right, now. What's Mauricio Sulaiman gonna do with the belts? Okay, dude. Okay, he's fought. Ring Magazine, that's fine. WBC, that's fine. Okay, cool. So drop the belt. And this is what I'm thinking, guys. It must be some kind of paperwork. I know he's lying. I know Tyson Fury's lying. We know he's lying about the 500 million. He know he ain't gonna get no 500 million. We know that. We know all this bullshit. This is Tyson doing what he does best. Lying, just doing what he does best. Every time he open up his mouth, he's telling a lie. So we know that. Well, I ain't tripping on none of that. My thing is, you got people out there because some people really feel like, damn, man, if he hold on to this belt for a year, and we had this fight coming up with Joshua and Usyk, whoever win this fight going to want to go from undisputed. The one roadblock is going to be Tyson Fury. So the only way Fury can be a roadblock, that means that he's not officially retired. That's the only way. Because if you're retired, you can't be a roadblock. If you're retired, how can a retired fighter still hold on to a belt? If you are officially retired, the key word is officially. So this is why I don't think he's officially retired at all. Let's go.
100 million pounds or dollars, I don't care. I thought it's half a billy. Oh, but it's going to cost half a billy.
You're saying 500 million, Tyson, would do it, is it?
500 million pounds or dollars, I don't care. I thought it's half a billy.
There's no suggestion here. I'm looking at some of the comments that are coming in at this end, Tyson. I hesitate to put it to you, but they're suggesting that you might be running scared of Joshua.
Oh, I'm terrified of him. He's got a chin of granite, heart of gold. He's got everything that a fighting man should have. Oh, I'm absolutely shaking in my boots.
Do you know something, though, Tyson? From the messages I'm seeing at this end, it's what the people want. They want you back. They want you in there fighting Joshua. You'll do it. No matter what, you'll end up doing it.
Let me tell you, Joshua's getting beat when he fights Usyk again.
That's what I was going to ask.
Unless he gets his fat-ass smokum and lets me train him to win this fight, I don't see him winning the fight. And I said...
Okay, all right. So, You know, a lot of people are saying that they don't see Joshua beating Usyk again. You know, because a lot of people, even myself, I have questions about Joshua. Like, who are you? Like the mental state. You know, the mentality, not the mental state, like something's wrong with him mentally, but the mindset that you're going to have. And I didn't like what I was saying last time, but that's neither here nor there. Let's continue.
Last time, he will get beat again.
Of the two, who would you prefer to fight, Joshua or Usyk?
And then it's going to take the $500 million note to get the big GK out of retirement. You know, when they can't win, they send for Achilles, and Achilles comes at a high price and sorts the job right out. Yeah, Talk.
Listen, what was...
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. And this classic Tyson Fury, he just bullshitting now. That shit was funny, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you notice he didn't answer the question, though. They say, between the two, who would you rather fight? He totally ignored the question. I listen to everything. I said he totally ignored the question. He did not answer the question. Did not answer it at all.
Like the 7 weeks that you've had, what have you been doing?
I've been playing golf.
Cocaine's a hell of a
I've been
drug.
drinking beer. I've been tidying up. I've been doing my training. I've been playing golf. I've been drinking beer. I've been tidying up. I've been doing my training. I've been on holiday a couple of times. It's been fantastic.
So now the drinking part, we saw the video where he was staggering out of a pub or somewhere, and they was trying to call a cab for him to get inside, and the guy wouldn't let him in, and Tyson kicked the car. Now this is the thing that gets me. Fury, this is a guy that says he suffered from mental health, right? He went into depression. He started smoking crack, snorting cocaine, doing all types of drugs, drinking profusely. He said he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and an alcoholic. He was in depression. Why are you drinking? And you said that for my mental health. You know, I have to stay active. I gotta stay away from those things and this and that. And you went on a world tour talking about mental health, depression, and alcoholism and drug abuse because you admitted that you was a crackhead. You started smoking crack, started snorting cocaine. You started doing all that shit. Started drinking. I got up to 500 pounds and all of this stuff there. Why would you go back to drinking again when that was the cause of you going into mental health, depression in the first place? Like, if you're really serious about being an advocate for alcoholism and drug usage and all of this other stuff, when you just try to walk that walk, just, you know what, man, I got to be an example. Because there's a lot of people believe that shit you was talking. A lot of people really believe that shit you was talking. You know, so, but let's continue. Let's continue. I know no one will hold him accountable for it, but that's fine. That's fine.
You're not going to come back. You're going to give up your WBC belt.
Oh, I'm not going to give it up because, hold on a minute, I've got 12 months. I've done 2 mandatories back to back.
But what do you need it for?
I'm just keeping it as long as possible.
Just in case you come back.
Klitschko, as the 3rd longest reigning lineal champion in history, I'll keep that in my pocket for as long as I want.
All right, let's do this again.
I've been doing.
Listen, what was retirement like? The 7 weeks that you've had, what have you been doing?
It's been fantastic.
So listen, if you're not going to come back, you're going to give up your WBC belt.
Oh, I'm not going to give it up because, hold on a minute, I've got 12 months. I've done.
Now let's stop right there. The dude done. Now you hear the question. These guys are brilliant. This is the guy that asked the question right here. The guy to my right. To my right. To my right. The guy right here to the right. Not the guy with the glasses. The one that's next to the guy next to Tyson Fury on the other side. He said he was right. That's what made me look, okay. If you're not going to come back, are you going to drop the belt? He said no. He gonna hold on to it. And then the guy said, yeah, because you're coming back. That's how you know he coming back. But let's continue.
Back to back.
But what do you need it for?
I'm just keeping it as long as possible.
Just in case you come back.
Klitschko, as the 3rd longest reigning lineal champion in history, I'll keep that in my pocket for as long as I want. Get off!
But isn't that being a bit? I mean, you don't strike me as a mean-spirited person. Isn't that being a little bit of a dog in a manger? Why would you want to stop? Hold on, Tyson. If it were you and you wanted to fight for a title,
I am mean. I am meaner than an old junkyard dog.
No, but if you were the up-and-coming champion, challenger, and you wanted to fight for the belts, and there was a title holder that was saying, "No, I'm not going to fight again, but I'm going to keep the belt for a year," you'd have the right needle with that.
Yeah, but I've got no mandatory challengers. Do you understand?
Man, let me tell you something. The guy with the glasses is the one that asked that question. I love the questions. They're asking the questions that the fans want to hear. Bro, like, you're retired. If you're an up-and-coming fighter, that's probably going to be the mandatory for that strap. Wouldn't you want to fight for that? Now, Fury did say something that I don't know. He said that, hey, what did he say? I have up to a year. I don't fulfill 2 mandatories back to back. How you got up to a year? You are a retired fighter, according to the words that came out of your lips. This shit ain't making no sense. Well, it does make sense to me. He's clearly lying. We know that. I don't think no one would dispute that. But let's continue.
Yeah, but you don't want to fight. If you give up the belt, someone else can fight for it.
No, they can't, because I've not got a mandatory challenger.
Yeah, but you don't want to fight, Tice. Give up the belt, someone else can fight for it.
I have got 12 months, and I'm keeping hold of my belt that I worked hard for, as long as I can.
So you're going to hold up the division for 12 months?
So you can fight again.
I'm holding this division up because I own it. This is my division. I own this.
Well, can we see you fighting it again, please, then, you old fibber? Because we know you're coming back.
Get up!
You heard it. He said, well, okay, well, man, you holding up the division. Listen, if you ain't gonna drop the belt, you holding up the division. No, I'm not holding up the division. Shiver me timbers. I talk to me pappy and me lads. I'm not holding up the division because I own the division. Okay, but you retired. This is what you said out of your mouth. How are you? Somebody explain this to me. And maybe Mauricio Suleiman can answer this question. And this is why I say, this boxing shit. I told you guys about this shit, man. This shit WWE. This shit is cricket as a balled up piece of paper. How can a retired fighter hold on to a goddamn belt? Like, explain that to me. How? Okay, Sean Porter's retired. Let's say Sean Porter would have beat Terence Crawford, or he would have had beat Terence Crawford, won the WBO belt, right? Let's say he would have did that. And he said, I'm retiring. He get to hold the belt for the whole year? I mean, am I missing something here? Let's continue.
Tyson, you're playing around with us, and we know you are. On a serious note,
I'm not playing. I'm holding on to the WBC belt. I'm holding that Ring magazine. I'm holding that lineal championship at least for another year.
Listen, I want to say this to you.
These boring heavyweights.
Tyson.
The big GK will get $500 million what he's after.
Honestly.
All right, so he says he's not playing. He's dead ass serious. That's what he said. I don't know. He was on. I don't know if he back drinking again. He probably back smoking. If Tyson Fury is back drinking again, he's probably back snorting coke and smoking crack again. More than likely, I can assume that because hey, if you're back drinking again, and you went on this world tour saying that hey, the reason why you suffer from mental health and you got into depression, and you went to drinking and doing crack and coke and all kind of stuff. So now, if you're back doing those same things again that put you in depression, okay, fine, that's cool. So my thing is, why are you holding the belt? I don't get it. Like, these guys in this interview are trying to get to the bottom of it. They're like, okay, cool. We know you're lying about you being retired. The guy said, you're big fibber. You're holding the belt because you're coming back. We know you're coming back. No, I'm not coming back. I'm dead serious. I'm telling the truth. I'm retired. Okay, but why hold on to the belt? I'm gonna hold on to it because I want to. I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can. Listen, when these phone lines open, I hope a Tyson Fury fan can call me and answer that question for me. I know they probably won't, but we don't have the lights up anyway, so we probably wouldn't even have a lot of phone. We probably wouldn't have the phone lines open today. I'm just gonna talk. But yeah, man. Anyway, let's continue. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash. What you say, fam? So he's gonna hold up the division, not fight, just to say he reigned and held the title. True. Yeah. I mean, and he got a whole year to do it. Let's continue though.
No, I'm looking at some of the messages, okay? I see Eric, I see Colin, I've seen Graham. I wasn't feeling my best this morning. I tuned into Talk Sport, enjoyed the first hour with Danny Mills. I feel really cheered up listening to Tyson Fury. He just does it for me. That must make you feel. That must make you feel great.
Do you know what? That works more than the alpha, Billy, because there's a lot of people in this world with money, right? But not everybody has the ability to cheer other people up and put a smile on the face and spread positive.
So I think that's the end of the boxing questioning. He go to talking about positivity.
What's his secret? What can you tell many of the listeners this morning who are feeling a bit down in spite of the sun shining all over the country? Maybe they're not feeling their best.
Now, I like what Tyson Fury said here. I'm not going to sit here in front. I really like what he said here when they asked him about, cheering the people up, people who are not feeling their best and stuff like that. I really like what he said here. I can't even front. He was spot on with this.
What's Tyson Fury's advice to them?
The positivity in life is waking up every morning alive. Get out, do a little bit of exercise if you can. If you can't, go for a little walk. If you can't walk, go for a little push. Do whatever you can. And the energy you get from a little bit of training and working out will suffice you for the day. It's absolutely fantastic. Set short-term goals in your life.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be astronomical. It can be real.
So basically, that's pretty much how he wrapped it up. For the most part, just talking about the positive things and stuff like that, and yada 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 yada. The fact of the matter is, my conclusion to this interview is Tyson Fury has not retired, regardless of what he says out of his lying mouth. Tyson Fury is not retired. He's waiting to come back. He's looking for a massive payday between whoever wins out of Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. And he doesn't have to fight a mandatory anytime soon because he fulfilled that when he fought Dillian White. So from what I'm gathering, based on what he's saying and what I'm trying to piece together, apparently when you fight a mandatory for a sanctioned body, apparently the WBC, you don't have to defend that title until a year. You have up to a year to defend that title. You have 12 months where you can go without fighting. If I'm understanding Fury correctly. Now, what I don't understand is this. I can see if you defend the title and you don't have to fight another mandatory until 12 months if you are an active fighter. But if you are a non-active fighter and you have consistently said, I'm retired, I'm retired, I'm retired, I'm not coming back, I'm not coming back, I'm not coming back, I'm retired, I'm retired, I'm retired, I need $500 million to come back, I need $500 million to come back. If you're consistently saying that shit, how come Mauricio Sulaiman said, okay, listen, man, Tyson Fury is retired, it's done, it's over with. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and allow someone else an opportunity to win this belt. Tyson, you did good. You're the greatest fighter in the history of boxing, according to your fans. You're the greatest, you're the best. Okay, whatever. Let us get that belt, baby boy. You did good. You held every belt known to man. Okay, fine. True. Let's give him a true. Let's give him a true. True. You know what I mean?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. So you did all of that. You're back to drinking again. You're probably back on coke again, like it was before. So now you're going on the world tour, telling everybody how great you is, and and that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. Okay, listen, we got these other dudes over here that want to fight for this belt. And as a matter of fact, we got two dudes that's fighting, having a rematch. Whoever wins that belt, it's a known fact that Joshua wants to try to become undisputed. That's a known fact. And it's a known fact that Alexander Usyk wants to become undisputed. Because, that we know that for a fact. You see what I'm saying? So now, the guy who's holding the belt, I guess Fury is going to, hold on, I just received a text. I guess Fury is, Okay. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. So you say, Coach, you generally have to fulfill a mandatory once a year, not just defend the title. Okay, let me ask you a question. How does that apply to a retired fighter, though? If the fighter is retired, I think what I'm missing is this. If the fighter is retired, is there any type of paperwork that fighter has to sign, submit? If he's retired, how can a retired fighter defend a mandatory within a year? If he's retired, he doesn't fight anymore. He doesn't fight anymore. So if he's not fighting anymore, how can he hold the title? How can you say, okay, look here, man, you got the 12 months in order to defend this title? Well, there's nothing to defend. You're retired. You've been adamant about that. That's where I'm confused at. Halim, talk to me. He say, Coach, I'll ring in a bit when the phone line's over. Okay, yeah, Halim, call me, let me know, man. Talk to me, Halim, because I think this is what I'm missing. Halim, this is what I'm missing. This is what I'm missing. This is what I'm missing. Shout out to Bless.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Shout out to Bless 365. Blue Hunted, Slim Boxing. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Lisa Bells. You knocked down 305. My homeboy from Dade County. Salute, fam. Dragon Leg, what's happening? But y'all get what I'm saying, though? If you are a retired fighter, how can they, listen, because this is what I don't understand. How can a retired fighter hold the belt? Not only hold the belt, but hold that motherfucker for a whole year. And say in the interview, I'm not dropping anything. And listen, you heard what the interviewers were saying. They're like, okay, look here, baby. Well, okay, if you're adamant about your being retired, why not drop the belts? You got the Ring Magazine belt. I think he has the lineal and he has the WBC, right? You have no use for them anymore because you're not a boxer. You don't plan on defending those titles because you're retired, right? We know you ain't coming. You say you want a half a billy. Come on, man. You know that ain't gonna happen. So we know that was some bullshit right there. You want a half a billy to fight either Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk. So that tell me, look, man, I ain't finna fight. So whoever wins out of this fight between Usyk and Joshua, they will have to wait until next year, around this time, I guess. 10 months from now, or something like that. Whenever he beat Fury beat Dillian White. And you know they can't afford to wait on that because they're gonna have to defend their titles because when you have those belts, you gotta fight mandatories. You get what I'm saying? And who is the number one guy behind Dillian White after Tyson Fury just knocked out Dillian White? And this is what the guys in the interview were saying. He said, man, you gonna hold up the division. Why would you do that? That's what I. Blue Hunted, what you say, fam? He said all those belts, he retired, but holding them hostage. So
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, like I don't. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Maybe I'm not I'm not the smartest, I ain't got but a GED. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the ceiling. I'm not the sharpest butter knife in the kitchen drawer. But I do have a master's degree in common sense. Somebody got to tell me something. Halim, I'll be glad when we get the lights up. We got over 300 in here. Yeah, we got over 300 in. We ain't got nowhere near the lights. I just probably just had you call in. All right, so Steve Kim, he said, what you say? WBC actually says in the rules that champs should make 2 defenses a year. Hey, Steve, call into the show, man. Steve, call me. Hey, call me, brother. Call into the show, Steve. I'm only going to accept the call for Steve. Steve Kim. I'm only going to accept the call for Steve Kim. Steve, call into the show. We don't have the lights for the calls, but I want to open up the line for Steve Kim. Hey, Steve, if you can, Steve, just send me a text. Let me know when you're going to call in, and I'll open up the phone line. Because from the text I'm reading, the WBC actually says that in their rules, and this is what I'm saying about these rules. According to what Steve just sent me, the WBC actually says in their rules that a champ should make 2 defenses per year. If you're a champion that hold the belt, according to the rules of the WBC, you have to defend your title at least twice a year. But like I said before, certain people get a chance to do certain things. I don't know, man. Steve, talk to me.
Coach, we did it first. We did it first. By the way, I'm in New York for the Joe Smith Better BF fight. I've just settled into my room listening to your fine program. Yeah, Coach, the actual rules with the WBC, and this goes for every sanctioning body, generally, when a guy is not a unified champion, you have to make a mandatory defense every year. Generally, they don't always stick by that rule. Look, they make the rules as they go along. And also, I pointed this out with the WBC, they actually have it in their rules that they would like their champions to make at least 2 defenses a year. Now, I don't know why that never applied to Gary Russell. I've asked questions. I've never gotten any real answers from Mauricio Suleiman. But it technically, Tyson Fury is correct as it relates to mandatory defenses. But here's the problem, though, that I have with Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine being someone rated number 4 or 5 by the WBC, and you're talking about this guy fighting once a year? Who wants to wait that long for a title shot, Coach?
Steve, this is what I don't understand. This is what's confusing me. I get it. You know, Tyson Fury, he lies, he say a lot of shit. I get all of that. I'm past all of that. My thing is this. Is there any type of paperwork that a fighter must submit as an official retirement to let the sport of boxing or the sanctioned bodies know that I am officially retired? Do you know anything about that? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think sometimes fighters have submitted paperwork basically saying, guys, I'm done, release the titles. I think there's actually been a precedent for that, but I don't know. Here's the problem with boxing. Since fighters can basically fight once a year, twice a year, no times a year, or 10 times a year, there really is no regulation over that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe in a situation like with Tyson Fury, where he has one belt, he has to make that one mandatory defense a year. As long as he keeps to that obligation, he can hold on to that thing for the next 10 years. And I don't think that's fair. And that's why when people say there should only be one champion, bullshit. Because could you imagine if every champion had a guy like Tyson Fury and you're the 5th-ranked contender? You're going to be like, wait a minute, I'm not going to get this title shot to maybe 4 or 5 years down the line.
But what
it
if
would
he's
be
retired?
Terrible.
But Fury is retired.
Yeah, so he says. How many times has he been retired? Let's look at the history of Tyson Fury. The first time he was a world champion, he beat Klitschko in 2015. He literally did not fight at all for 2.5 years. And now, and as far as I'm concerned, if you don't fight for 2.5 years, I don't care if you're the lineal champion. You broke your lineage. You have no claim to that title. I really believe this, and I know I'm being a Pollyanna. Maybe I'm being someone who is not realistic. But, Coach, isn't part of the responsibility of being a champion actually defending that thing semi-regularly?
Hey, listen, Steve, Ali fought everybody in the top 10.
Yes, he did. I mean, let me give you an example.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you look at Ali's run, what was amazing was that even after fights, like the Thrilla in Manila, one of the most grueling fights in the history of boxing, 14 rounds against Joe Frazier in the searing heat of Philippines, he fought 4 times the next year, I believe. Now, he didn't fight monsters, but he still fought 4 times at that age. Back then, early to mid-30s was considered really old. Look, here's the problem. You have to look at every division as like a freeway or a highway, and you got to have a constant flow of traffic so that fighters can make a living and get their just desserts and really make enough money and have their shot to the title. If every champion in the world, even in the 4-belt system, only fought once a year like Tyson Fury, the game would be one big traffic jam. I like Fury personally, the funny guy, really good fighter, but his title runs have been a bit of a joke. Let's just be very honest about that.
I don't know. You better watch it, man. You're gonna have some Tyson Fury fanboys at your neck on Twitter. You know how they get, boy. They're gonna be at your neck,
Look,
Steve. You're gonna receive all kind of
right.
threats.
Right, but I mean, think about it, though. I mean, all I'm doing is stating facts just like you and me. He won a title in 2015. He didn't fight till he fought Sefer Safari and some other guy. Okay, but I don't count those as titles. Here's another problem I have with the lineal championship. And until I lose, I'm the world champion. Okay, so let's say a guy wins the lineal champion and he vacates the other belts and he says, well, I'm the linear champion. No one can take it away. Okay, but what if he fights Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Steve, Kim, and my grandmother? And he's not fighting anybody else but the softest touches for 20 years. You're telling me there's no standard of opponent, but he's a lineal champion? See, that's the problem with that whole system. I don't look. People can say what they want about the sanctioning bodies, but to a certain degree, they are a necessary evil in situations where you have a guy like Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, Fury is not retired. He's not a retired fighter. I think we don't figure that part out already. Me listening.
Of course not.
Yeah, he's not a retired fighter. He's just talking. He's just talking shit like he normally do. He's not a retired fighter. My prediction, we'll probably see him back in the ring again. He wants to wait to see who's going to be the winner out of Usyk and Joshua, and then he's going to ask for an astronomical amount of money, more than likely. And I don't even think that we're going to get that fight as well, because the money that he's going to ask for to fight those guys is going to be unrealistic money. I'm the greatest fighter in the history of boxing. No one is better than me. Because of what I've accomplished, I've held every belt. I need to make 300-400 million. You need to make $1 million, $2 million. Then he's going to say all of this stuff, and then I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today, Steve. Then he's going to go on a media press tour. You see, these guys are cowards. They're scared. They don't want to fight me. And I gave him a shot at the Gypsy King, and he's going to say that it's going to be a good PR move, and he's going to get his base riled up. They're going to run around on the internet saying the same shit. This is what I see. I see this shit coming, man. I see this shit coming. I really do.
I mean, no, you're right. And look, let's just take a look. And this is just factual. We didn't do what you want. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. He beats him in November of 2015. And he literally did not fight till June of 2018. So he fought, to his credit, he actually fought 3 times in 2018 on his comeback.
Yeah, he did.
But in 2019, he fought twice. And then you had the pandemic. So if you really think about it, since 2020, he fought 3 times, and 2 of those fights were against Deontay Wilder. There's no variance of opponent. And as far as I'm concerned, if he does not fight Usyk or Joshua, the winner of that rematch, it's hard to make a case for him being this all-time great heavyweight when he hasn't fought that many heavyweights. He hasn't defended the title that many times, and he doesn't have a lot of official title defenses. I don't want to hear that he was lineal. That's bullshit, because once you're the lineal champion or even a Ring Magazine champion, they say you could never lose it outside the ring. Well, the only issue is you can exploit that system to fight Steve Kim or versions of me 15 times and say, well, I'm defending my title. Yeah, but against who and when? There should be a certain amount of standard. Say what you want about Deontay Wilder. I'm not saying he fought the best guys. He actually made 10 defenses.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good number.
Yeah, he did that.
I would almost rather have that than what's going on with Tyson Fury.
He did that. So basically, because there has been no paperwork actually filed to say he's officially retired, he can literally just say whatever he wants to say verbally. But we know, because your actions tell the story, not what you say out of your mouth. So if the actions don't follow what you're saying, well, go ahead.
Right. I mean, Coach, this is what's going to happen. Let's say he really doesn't fight for 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, 15 months. Every single one of those sanctioning bodies, every one of those belts is supposed to be a moneymaker. They are a business. Let's just be very honest about it. They are non-profit. That's very much for profit, especially the heavyweight belts, because of the money that they make. What's going to eventually happen is that they're going to force his hand by saying to Tyson Fury, Tyson, you have to make a defense here soon against a rated contender within our rankings, or flat out fulfill a mandatory. So at that point, now the pressure then mounts on Tyson to actually piss or get off the pot. Keep this in mind. Tyson fought about, 2.5 months ago?
Right.
Fighters today only fight once every 6, 7, 8 months anyway. So right now, he could say whatever he wants. It really doesn't matter. It's really at about, I would say, around November, December, that the sanctioning bodies are going to say, okay, we're not making any money with our heavyweight belts. Let's gap Tyson. What the hell are you doing here?
You know what, Steve? That made perfect sense. You're right about that. Hey, Steve, is anything else you want to say, my brother?
No, just I'll be providing some coverage. If you have any other questions, I'll be in New York the rest of the weekend. Better be F. Smith. It should be a bloodbath. And as always, Coach, doing a great job on a daily basis. I'll keep listening, man.
Hey, shout out to Steve Kim, man. Thank you so much, bro. And shout out to the 3 Knockdown podcast, Steve Kim, Mario Lopez. You guys, please go check that out. Really good, really good show, man. The 3 Knockdown Rule podcast by Steve Kim and Mario Lopez. Let's give my brother a round of applause. Shout out to Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bless, what you said? You say, she say they had Wilder fight every few months. You know what? Hey, Bless, I think when Wilder had the belt, I think he fought twice a year. Because remember, he had 10 title defenses. And that's one thing I will say. When Wilder did have the belt, he did fight at least twice a year. He did do that. Now, as it relates to Fury fought once a year or whatever, I can't get, I'm not going to, take a dump on Fury for that because, hell, you got Crawford his past few years. He's only been fighting once a year. Gary Russell Jr. There's quite a few fighters. They just don't fight. A lot of these fighters are just not active. They only fight once a year. Jamal Charlo, they only fight once a year. So there's quite a few fighters. I think the only fighter, the lower weight divisions, they fight more. And then, of course, Canelo Alvarez, I think, from a notoriety standpoint, out of all of the known fighters, Canelo Alvarez fight goddamn, I think he's probably the most active fighter. He fought this year already in Beterbiev. He lost that fight. Now he's going to fight Triple G. You see what I'm saying? So I just think it's certain fighters. It seemed like, again, these rules change depending on who the fighter is. It's subjective to whatever Mauricio Suleiman says or the other sanctioning bodies. They may tell one fighter, "Hey, look here, baby boy, you gotta fight Jamel Charlo. Look here, man, you gotta defend the WBO title against Tim Tszyu." And then you got the IBF guy saying, "Look, man, I had a contract with Jamel Charlo. He's supposed to fight me next." You see what I'm saying? So now he has an issue with that. And I don't know when the mandatories were fulfilled or whatever. I don't know. This shit confusing to me. And the reason why it's confusing, because they have rules, right, guys? But they don't stick to their rules. They change the rules as they go along. Depending on how Mauricio Suleiman or the president of the WBA or the president of the IBF or the president of the WBO, depending on how they're feeling that day, that will determine what's going to happen. What they have on paper and what it really is two different goddamn things. But he made a valid point. Steve made a valid point. He said eventually the sanctioning body's gonna be like, "Look here, baby boy, we in the business of making money. You sitting there holding this belt hostage, and we ain't getting a dime. We not even getting a hog head cheese sandwich off of this belt. Look here, man, you gonna have to fight somebody, dog. We can't afford to let you just sit here and shang-a-lang for a whole year and go on a world tour, talking about, you the best that ever did it. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want to believe, no problem. I ain't got no problem with that. But look here, baby boy, you're going to have to do something with the belt. You see what I'm saying? And now that makes sense. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Elian, what you say, fam? You say credit Big Nello for staying active. Yeah. He stays active. Hey, shout out to the Queen, Lisa Bell. Lisa, nice to see you here, Lisa. Nice to see you. He said, "Coach, you mean Bivol?" Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah, Canelo lost to Bivol. He lost to Bivol. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, my bad. He lost to Bivol. But yeah, he lost to Bivol. I'm thinking about Beterbiev because I know that fight is coming up this weekend. Thank you for correcting me, Dragonland. Thank you, my brother. But yeah, he fights. Canelo is very active. And do you know the crazy part about it? For someone like a Canelo, the wealth that he's amassed, right? The wealth that he's amassed, the star power, the celebrity, you would think that hey, he would fight once a year, once every 18 months. No, Canelo is fighting. No, I'm fighting twice a year, man. I don't give a damn how much money I got. Yeah, I'm the face of boxing over here in North America, or whatever, face of boxing period, whatever, right? I'm still gonna fight more than that guy. I'm still gonna fight more than the guy who got a net worth of $2-3 million, who in the club talking about he got ice, he getting litty, I'm getting litty, I'm popping bottles and doing this and doing that. No. The guy who, so when they talk about doing the heavy lifting, yeah, he did all the heavy lifting. Oh, they be killing me with them, boy. They be killing me with them, with them Fanon and Blue Bloods talking points. Shout out to Fanon and Blue Bloods, but they be killing me with them talking about, yeah, he did the heavy lifting. I'm like, no, there's one dude I see, he Thanos. He coming through divisions, cleaning them out. I see Alexander Usyk, he going all over the world fighting motherfuckers, like Thanos. You know how Thanos was going all over the universe, collecting Infinity Stones? Shit, you got some dudes who really fit that label, heavy lifting label, and they don't even use it. Man, I just want to fight, dog. They be like, I just want to fight, dog. I'll let y'all have all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? Bro. Hey, he said Canelo is still a good boxer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just because you lose, it happens. The best have lost. That's what happened when you continue to fight tough competition. And then some of those fighters, they did fight past their prime, and some of those fighters, they did lose in their prime. But welcome to the fight game, partner. That's what it's all about. You see what I'm saying? You don't judge a fighter by whether he win or lose. You judge him by his competition. Listen, man, is he active? Who is he fighting? Oh, you know what I mean? Like, again, bro, like, let's look at this shit. And for me, I can't, my criteria is different. Now you can, if you beat one guy 2 or 3 times and beat a guy here and beat another guy there, 3 times, 3 fights or whatever the case may be, and the hyperbole that goes with it. And then you have people like a Steve Kim, he know better. He's kind of like a boxing historian and got his goddamn self, right? Like, no, dog, like, we don't, like, the criteria is different today. And I think that the standard has been lowered for what people call greatness. And maybe, you know what, let me take that back. The standard is lower now, but it's lower because we have an influx of casuals. So you have a bunch of uneducated casuals in one breath, and then fanatical, radical fanboys in another breath. So they're there, and their criteria is different. And I think it's they have flooded the boxing market for the most part, online, at least online anyways. And then you have these corporate entities who push these narratives as well on top of certain YouTube channels and stuff like that. So it's a combination of a lot of shit, meaning that everybody's criteria is different for what greatness is and stuff like that. And I'm not taking anything away from any fighter that's boxing right now. Not any fight. I don't care whether it's heavyweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight, whatever the case may be. It's just that, dog, like, when you think of the hagglers, you think of forget, I'm not even going to go back to hagglers. Just Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis fought everybody in the top 10. Lennox Lewis fought everybody in the top. You said what the fuck you want to say about Lennox? He fought everybody in the top 10. Oh, y'all, okay. He fought Vitaly Klitschko. Fought Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson was, was past his prime, but it is what it is. He beat him. He beat Evander Holyfield twice. First one they said was a draw. Well, we know he won that first one. I think he fought, Lennox Lewis fought every goddamn body. I think the only person he didn't fight was, Riddick Bowe. So that's why the guy was saying in the interview, he said, listen, man, Tyson, if you don't fight these other guys, there's always going to be stuff there. You got to fight these other guys. So the guy, listen, these guys right here are speaking from an old school standpoint. They're like, look, man, this is how you determine who the best is. Like Ali did. Shit, fucking Ali. Ali fought Ernie Shavers. He fought Leon Spinks. He fought Larry Holmes. He fought Jimmy Young. He fought Chuck Wepner. He fought Ron Lyle. You see what I'm saying? He fought Ken Norton. You see what I'm saying? He fought all these guys. Liston, Patterson. All the guys in the top 10, he fought them. and some multiple times. You know, when you're consistently defending your titles, that's what makes you great. When this dude, he's defending his titles against some of these top guys in the top 10. Now it's like, oh man, well, he beat this one dude. He don't need to defend no titles. He's greater than all those other guys. No, it doesn't work that way. Again, I'm that old dude with the 30-30 rifle holding the line. It doesn't work that way. You got to defend them motherfucking titles, dog. You got to fight. And when you defend those titles and fight, and you're fighting top guys night in and night out, guess what? There's a chance you're going to lose. Because those guys are just as good as you that you're fighting. Those guys are just as tough as you're fighting. And you may step in the ring. This is why I don't go by, okay, yeah, man, when he beat this dude, we automatically know he'll beat those other dudes. No, we don't. We don't automatically know because he beat one guy that he'll beat the rest of these guys. You know how we don't know that? Because anything can happen in the sport of boxing. That's one. And two, any given night, a person can beat you. And when you're fighting a top guy, that guy might be on his mark that night. And you may not be on your A game that night. And that guy beat your ass. So you just can't win by default. Oh, man, we automatically know what happened over there. No, the only way we're going to automatically know they got to fight each other. How do we know that Tyson Fury would smash not Deontay Wilder? He don't did that already. He don't beat Wilder. But how do we know Tyson Fury would smash Dillian White? He fought him in the ring and beat him. Cleared all doubt, knocked him out. You see what I'm saying? He cleared all doubt and knocked him out. So all of those Dillian White fans who say, yeah, man, you know, when Dillian White get in the ring with Fury, he gonna clean his clock and stuff like that, and all this debating, guess what? There's no more to debate because we saw the end result. Well, he don't need to fight those other dudes in the top 10 because we automatically know he'll win. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Oh, if you don't believe that, you a hater. Okay, all right, say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. I get it. I understand. Listen, I understand. I get it. I understand. But it doesn't work that way. I don't want y'all coming at Steve Kim because, you know, he wasn't, you know, worshiping and praising Tyson Fury. Steve Kim told the truth. Some people have a problem with the truth. And I get it. I understand. But that's how this shit works. Like, you don't become the king because you beat one guy. You got other two kings in this division. Other three kings in this division. Shit, Ali did it. Goddamn, Marvin Hagler did it. Roberto Duran did it. Sugar Ray did it. Lennox Lewis did it. Roy Jones did it. Sugar Ray Robinson did it. Sugar Shane Mosley did it. Oscar De La Hoya did it. Vernon Forrester did it. Winky Wright did it. Tito Trinidad did it. Julian the Hulk Jackson did it. Mike McCallum did it. Now you trying to tell me, oh, no, man, see, you don't know what you're talking about. No, things different now. No, things ain't different. It's the same shit. The only thing that's different is the mindset and the casuals and the fanboys that's in the sport right now. That's the only thing that's different. The radical fanboys, these men who have, like, you guys, you men, some of you, like some of you, let me just call it the way I see it, dog. Some of you male fans of these boxers, y'all are like some bitches. The women who love the sport of boxing, they don't even act like this. Lisa Bells don't act like that. Karma Serene don't act like that. Bless 365 don't act like that. Arlette don't act like that. Little Green Eyes P don't act like that. Kathy W, I don't think don't act like that. But it's a lot of you, but you men in the sport of boxing, like you effeminized, beta male ass, casual fanboys, like y'all make me sick. I swear to God, I can't stand y'all. Just some effeminized beta males. Like I really believe some of you fanboys, if you had an opportunity to perform Falatello, I just say that. If you had an opportunity to explore your verbal skills on some of these fighters, you would be more than happy to do it. I'll just say that. We'll say the PG version of it. And you look at me like I got 9 heads. I call it the way I see it. And I'm like, no, man, that ain't how this shit work. Like, all these other guys, they had to fight people. Chocolatito, he fighting motherfuckers. Inoue, he fighting people. Alexander Usyk, he fighting. Oh, I got to fight in this tournament in order to become undisputed in the cruiserweight? No problem. Oh, I got to go. Oh, I got to Germany. I got to go to Germany to fight this guy? No problem. Oh, I got to go to America to fight this guy? No problem. This only Alexander Usyk. Oh, I got to go to the UK to fight this guy? No problem. Oh, I got to go to the moon to fight this guy? No problem. Oh, I'm going to fight him in front of his hometown? I'm going to fight him in front of his countrymen? I'm going to fight him in front of his judges, his referee? No problem. And these guys now, they're like, oh, you a hater. You a hater. I don't like him. You don't like him. He and bro, like, and you know, this is the crazy part about it. This is the crazy part about it. Somebody make this make sense to me. When you speak the truth and just tell it like a TI is, it's considered as hate. Anything outside of fanboying for a fighter, I don't care whether it's a black fighter, white fighter, Asian fighter, Hispanic fighter. Doesn't matter what country he's from or whatever the case may be. If anything other than fanboying and telling the truth, it's considered hate. I'm like, nah, baby boy, listen, let me tell you something. You really don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, so let me educate you a little bit. This is how this shit works. When you're a champion, you have to defend your titles. That's what makes you great. Because anybody can win a belt. But what tells how great you are, can you defend that title? Can you defend it against all comers? And if you lose, we ain't gonna look down on you because you lost. Welcome to the fight game, partner. When you fight tough competition, you're gonna lose some. That doesn't make you less great. That means that guy who you lost to, that was a bad motherfucker. That's how this works. You can make your mouth fried chicken. That's an old saying we say down here in Florida. You can make your mouth fried chicken, dog. Meaning you can say anything out your mouth. But if your ass ain't in the ring backing that shit up, what you saying really don't mean nothing. So you can't expect me to look at your fighter the way you want me to look at him. Because my criteria is different when I look at your favorite fighter. I have a standard that I go by. How my uncle taught me, my Uncle Benny, R.I.P. to Uncle Benny. How he taught me about the fight game, about boxing, and how you look at stuff. So my criteria is different. I don't care if the fighter can talk a whole lot of trash. Can he back it up in the ring, though? Oh, he 40-0 with 32 knockouts? Yeah, but who is he knocked out? Who is he knocked out? So I get it. Listen, I take on all the fanboys. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because bro, like who he knocked out? Oh, he knocked out Hobo Sam. He knocked out Poach Chop Willie. He knocked out Shorty Big Nuts. You know what I mean? He knocked out he knocked out Tomato Can number 1, 2, and 3. He knocked out Hog Head Cheese. He knocked out that bologna sandwich over there. Well, that bologna sandwich was tough. He knocked out that Vienna sausage. You know? Hey, motherfucker be online arguing with a motherfucker. Oh my God, bro, this shit don't make no sense. And they take everything so personal. These men, I'm so disappointed in you. It's not the women. It's not the women who love boxing. It's these men. Oh my God, they make me sick, man. These men who swear, they get so emotional. Oh, they get so emotional. We need 3 more likes for me to open up the phone line. 3 more likes for me to open up the phone line. They get so emotional. Oh, it's disgusting. I sit back, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This ain't what my Uncle Benny taught me. This ain't the standard that I grew up looking at. Tyson fought everybody. Did he beat everybody? No. And then the Holyfield fought everybody. The Hulk, Matt McCallum, Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody. Oh, you say he bad? Okay, I want him. Who else? That young dude that's up and coming. You say he tough? Yeah, I want him too. Yeah, who the other dude is? Oh, Trinidad. Oh, yeah, I want him too. Today, shit, the standard, the bar is so low. Shit, listen, this all you got to do. The standard is so low right now, dog. Like the standard is so low, bro. It don't even make no goddamn sense.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
That's why when you run your Happy Meal ass over here with that bullshit, talking all that flim flam, popping that week, and I know you don't know what the hell you talking about. You fanboy, you're on your knees, you're giving your favorite fighter awesome Johnson. Yeah, I said it. You're giving your favorite fighter awesome Johnson. This how I look at it.
Man, who this little young whippersnapper running all up into my combo? Look at you. You're all wet behind your ears. Breath smelling like Similac. Man, you better go on home before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
I'm not finna argue with you. Shout out to my homeboy from Dade County, knocked down 305. I'm not finna argue with you. Oh, you wanna argue? No, we country in Florida. I can't argue with you. God damn it, I'm my favorite fighter, and I don't like the way you so hate that nigga, and I don't like you, and such, and when I see you, I'm gonna pull up, and I don't like, I can't argue with you. Well, listen, man, listen, bro, you too emotional right now. You men, you listen, you male fanboys, y'all disgust me. You male fanboys, like the women looking at you like, damn. The women, listen, the women in Boston looking at you like, damn, you's a bitch. Look how these dudes be arguing like hoes online, getting mad, threatening YouTube channels, content creators. Oh, you hate them. You ain't sucking up my fighter. Oh, come on, my Lord. Phone lines open, man. 530. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me get the super chats out the way. Shout out to GM Strong.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, I can't, man. I can't do this, fam. I can't do this. Watch, I'm gonna have some call in. Oh, they're gonna be mad. It is what it is.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
You say thanks, Coach, for keeping it real. Much respect. Yes, sir, man. I have to, man. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. I love the sisters. I love the women. Anna Lee, Little Green Eyes P. I wish I had mostly women. I wish I had mostly female subscribers. To be honest with you, cause these dudes just get on my goddamn nerves. Shout out to Misfit. Shout out to Lisa Bales. Shout out to Karma Serene. These dudes just get on my goddamn nerves, man. Y'all got that awesome Johnson going on. Mouth wake up moist in the morning. You gotta put your picture of your favorite fight on the wall, and you just ready to suck them down. And you go online creating what you say, Miss Bless. They go online making all kind of burner accounts. God damn it! Oh, I'm gonna knock your ass out. I dare you! Don't respect my fighter. Why you ain't saying he the greatest of all time? And he beat Pork Chop Willie 3 times. He knocked out Pork Chop Willie 3 times. And listen, and my fighter, listen, my fighter's the best. And if you ain't saying what I'm saying, and I'm like, bro, what is your criteria for the best? My fighter better than Muhammad Ali. He better than Larry Holmes. He better than all them fighters. Oh, what is that based on, sir? Oh, did you see what he did to that hog head cheese sandwich? He knocked that hog head cheese sandwich out. Man, that dude wasn't even ranked in the top 50. So, phone lines over, man. 530-494-9636, man. Boy, I got a feeling I'm going to get a whole lot of moistness calling in today, man. I'm going to get a whole lot of moistness. I'm ready for it, though. I'm ready for it. I'm not even going to argue. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even going to argue. If I can swap out some of these fanboys for the women, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Jaime Rivera, he said, Coach, you tell him, boy. Yes, sir. Hey, Jaime, man, I'm just saying, dog, this shit right here, oh, my Lord, it don't make no sense, man. I'm telling you, dog, no, this how this shit go. You gonna tell me that you just listen, your standard is so low. My fighter, we automatically know what my fighter would do. Because he beat a bologna sandwich. See that grilled cheese sandwich he knocked out? Woo, boy, that grilled cheese sandwich was tough. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey. It's Mike. I'm calling from London.
Mike from London, talk to me.
Salam alaikum, Mac. How are you?
You're welcome, salam, brother. Doing fine.
MashaAllah. No, I'm listening to the show, and I completely agree with what you said. Slightly off topic though, more on boxing. It's more in line with your caption. Fury coming out with 500 mil. Like, is he actually just taking a piss? So I'm a Brit. I'm more of a Joshua fan than Fury, if I'm being honest. But you've got to give respect where it's due. He's a good fighter, Fury. That 500 million to come out of retirement, he's taking a piss, right? He's actually taking a, because I don't think he'll even generate 100 million. Maybe 100 million versus Joshua. But other than that, who's he going to come out for 500 million? He's actually taking a piss, in my opinion. What's your opinion on it?
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. It's obviously he was just talking, doing what he does. It's obviously he was lying about that. But my thing is my thing is this. Okay, he'll fight Wilder for 20 million. He did say that in another interview. He'll fight Wilder for 20 million. But I'm not even tripping on that, Mike. My thing is this: if you are so officially retired, why say you retired in one breath, but then I'm gonna hold on to the belt in another breath? So that tells me that he's not officially retired. I think that he's waiting on the outcome of Usyk and Joshua. Okay, and that's fine. If that's what you're doing, just say that. But I get it. I get it. You're not going to say that. So this is what I see happening, Mike. I'm going to tell you some real stuff, my brother.
Yeah.
Whoever wins out of Usyk and Joshua, Fury will come out and say, I want to fight this Dawson for astronomical amount of money. And then when it doesn't happen, he'll go on a campaign and say, "You say I tried to fight the Dawsons, they're scared." Yada yada yada. This is what I see. This is what he's gonna do. He's pump faking. He's pump faking right now. This is what I see he's gonna do.
You're right. And I'll be honest. Like, I was born and bred in London, England. You can kind of get a sense of how popular a fighter is, for example, in boxing. And Fury, the way he talks on social media and the way he gets covered, he's really not that popular in Britain. Like, Joshua is massively popular in Britain, in England, Scotland, whatever you want to call it, even in Europe to an extent. Fury is really not that popular, and he's been around a lot longer than Joshua. Yes, he's probably, he's probably got better wins. I'd say the three Wilder fights and obviously Klitschko and then Dylan White. He's probably got the better wins, I'd say, on paper. But in terms of popularity, he's nowhere near as popular as Joshua. So for him to demand that sort of money, it's just nuts. And he's just making himself look like an idiot, if you know what I mean. I think you're right. I think he is kind of playing a game. I think he's kind of waiting on Joshua to see. He's going to come out. He's going to say, I want this amount of money to come out of retirement, quote unquote, and all the belts undisputed. But then he's probably going to then turn around, and I don't think he would duck the fight, but he'll probably say, unless I get this amount of belt, I'm not fighting. And then he'll try and turn it around on them and say the opponent, so either Joshua or Usyk, and say they never wanted to fight to begin with. Do you know what I mean? He'll probably play that game. But I don't know. All I'm saying is, just in terms of your title on your YouTube caption, like, it's just nuts. And he's probably playing the game, but at the same time, in terms of popularity, which is linked to how much a fighter gets paid, right? That pay-per-view fight, they're all prize fighters, and that's linked to popularity. Fury is nowhere near as popular as Joshua, and probably not as popular as Dylan White. If I'm being honest, Dylan White probably has a bigger following than Fury in all of England, I'd say. So, I mean, like, Fury is quite popular up north in Manchester, but like London, the southeast, and that's just all Joshua. And to be fair, all of the UK is all Joshua. But look, like I said, that's a different conversation to Joshua versus Fury in the actual fight in the boxing ring. Like that, much as I don't want to say it, Fury probably wins. But in terms of popularity, which is, like I said, a completely different conversation, he's nowhere near as popular as Joshua.
All right. Well, I don't.
So yeah, man.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not from the UK, so I don't have any interjection on that. But hey, Mike, thank you for calling in, fam. We got other calls calling in. Okay. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, my brother. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, my brother. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's popular in the UK or not. I don't know. You guys know more about that than I do. But my thing is that's what I think is happening. I think that, hey man, I'm not officially retiring because I'm going to hold out to see. I'm giving you guys tomorrow's headlines today. As a matter of fact, when is this Joshua fight? When is this Usyk and Joshua fight? Let's look this up. I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. I think I know. I'm going to tell you right now. Now we know we have the the Turbia fight coming up, and Joe Smith. My guy. Let's see. I like Joe Smith. But I got Turbia stopping him. I do for Russia, motherfucker, boy. Goddamn, Turbia is a beast. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. Showtime, Sky Sports, DAZN. Let's see. Let's go on DAZN. Canelo Golovkin. Is there a date yet? I don't see a date. Cause I'm looking at DAZN. Like, is there an official date yet for you say August? Okay, if it's hey Dragon Leg, if it's August, they don't DAZN didn't put it on there. They didn't update it yet. As a matter of fact, let me go to their website. If it's August, okay, they gotta update it. I'm going on DAZN right now. I'm on their site right now. I have a subscription for DAZN, so let's go to the schedule. But anyways, back to what I was saying though. Back to what I was saying. What I was saying was that's what I see going on. Chat some shit, tell a few lies. I get it. I understand that. We know the 500 million. We know that's some bullshit. We already know that, right? That's just Tyson being Tyson, lying. What I see happening, and I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today. He wants an astronomical amount of money. $500 million. And he said, now, I can only go by what a man says out of his mouth. He said that I am dead serious. We heard the interview. He said that he's dead serious. So if I am to say, okay, he's not a liar, he tells the truth, he's a truth teller, I'm going to take the man at his word. He said he wants $500 million. Now we know that's pricing yourself out. That's basically saying, you know what, man, I don't want to fight neither one of those dudes. Because the money, like if you want $500 million, then what the fuck Joshua or Usyk gonna get paid? So we know that's some bullshit, right? But let's continue. Now, I tried to fight the Dawsers. I tried to fight the pumped up cruiserweight. He didn't want to fight me. I told him what me price is. I told him me price. He didn't want to fight me. The Dawser didn't want to fight me. I tried to fight the pumped up weightlifter. He didn't want to fight me. I told him what the price is. They say they want to be undisputed, but they're scared. If they want to bring the Gypsy King out of retirement, you want to take me belts. You want to take me belts? I talk to me pappy. Shiver me timbers. This is what you're going to have to do. I want 300 Billy. And I beat that pumped up weightlifter. I beat that pumped up cruiserweight. I know I said 500 a couple of months ago, but now it's 300. I'm going to make it light on yourselves. This is what I see. And then the fight is not going to happen because this one guy is just talking crazy. And then he's gonna go on the tour, and him and them fanboys. Yes, goddamn, you see, Joshua didn't want to fight, or Usyk didn't want to fight. They're scared, they didn't want to fight. The Gypsy King said he'll come out of retirement to fight Usyk. He didn't want to fight Usyk, Yeah, but he asked for $500 million. Oh, he was just joking right there. Okay, he asked for $400 million. Oh, yeah, he was just joking. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today. Tell you what's going to happen. Tell us what's going to happen. In the meantime, we ain't got no goddamn the belt is held hostage. In the meantime, the belt is held hostage. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing there, coach? It's Nigel from the UK, Nottingham, you all right?
Nigel from the UK. Talk to me, fam.
Man, I just want to say what you said earlier about today's fighters not fighting the top contenders and top competition. Absolutely right, 100%. When you mention the name of like Mike McCallum, he's one of my favourite fighters. I'm like, again, another dude that didn't dodge anyone. You know what I mean? He was a magnificent fighter. Really, really, really was. Second thing, that previous UK caller saying about AJ being more popular than Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right. He is. So, I'll second that. He really is. And I think as well, with regards to Fury and this demand, I don't pay any attention to what Fury says because it's constant streams of bullshit each and every time. Okay, so for me, he's playing the game, which we all can see, because I believe he's dying for AJ to win the rematch against Usyk because he wants no part of Usyk whatsoever. So that's why he's going to hold that WBC belt hostage and jack his price up, saying if you want undisputed, you're going to have to pay me astronomical amounts should Usyk win. It's a page from the Wild playbook when during the time when he was WB, when he messed up the possible undisputed run. Do you know what I mean? When he offered that, when the zone offered that 100. So
yeah, I remember that.
Play from that book. I don't pay any attention to what Fury says whatsoever. Anyway, there's some young up and coming heavyweights coming through. You got the young man Daniel Dubois who did the job against
beat Trevor Bryan.
Trevor the Dream Bryan. Yep, he did,
Trevor the Trash Can Bryan.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'll tell you something now. You mentioned a heavyweight a few days ago, Bakadej Jalolov.
Yeah.
The Uzbek heavyweight. Mark it now. He's going to be a world champion. That dude is going to be a problem. Southpaw who can box with good feet. He's going to be a problem. I mark it now. I guarantee it. Timestamp it. He's going to be a world champion very soon. Seriously, I see. I've been watching him since the amateurs, coach. I'm telling you, this dude is the good. He really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He really, really is.
Hey,
and that's my call, correct?
All right, but Nigel, thank you so much, my brother, for calling in, man. Thank you so much, fam. Salute to you, fam. Calling from the UK, man. I appreciate that, man. Oh, damn, hold on. Sorry about that. We got a cash out, man. Sorry about that, man. Shout out, Edwin. I'm so sorry, my brother. Shout out to Edwin Castillo. Hey, okay. For dropping that cash out on your boy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say, Coach, you made me spit out my bologna sandwich. True. Yeah, man. True. Yeah, man. Knock down 305. What did he say, fam? He say, Coach, Timothy Bradley been watching the show. You said you made him turn on Loma. Oh, Timothy Bradley turned on Loma? No, hell no. Not Timothy Bradley. He turned on Lomachenko? No, man, I found that hard to believe, dog. Not Timothy Bradley, shit. Hey, what you say, Bless? He said, I'll never watch Fury again unless it's AJ or Usyk. I'm just saying, this is what I see going on, though. This is what I see going on. That's what it's gonna be. I mean, you got to be realistic. You know what I mean? Because I can hear the banter. As a matter of fact, hold on, stop. I can hear the banter. I can hear the banter for each fighter because he's laying the premise right now. All right, so I think we've all come to the conclusion. Hold on, we got another call coming in. That Tyson Fury has not retired. I think we've all figured that part out. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. You didn't need a master's degree to figure that part out. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello there. Very good evening, coach. Calling from the UK. It's Halim.
Halim from the UK. Talk to me, Halim. Talk to me, my brother.
Right. Quick, I want to say this here. Reason why you said he's retired, you don't have to pay the touchdown fee for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that, coach?
Yeah, I understand.
You're saying that, so you're saying that because you don't want to pay the touchdown fee. So when it comes back to the actual fight, if he was retired, you want to get a belt back on paper.
Okay.
Verbally, you say retired, so he doesn't pay the touchdown fee.
So he's lying.
Really retired because you never hand the paper in.
So he's lying.
So that's basically what I'm trying to say because
No, so what?
He's just chatting bollocks. That's what he's doing to his career club.
Yeah, so he's lying. That's what. So basically, what you're saying, he's lying about retiring.
Yes, because he would have handed the paper in, the belt would have gone to probably Anthony Joshua, who's the next in line to fight. All he's paying for to avoid to pay the sanctioning fees, and that's it really for the whole year. That's it really, coach.
All right. Hey, Haleen, thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. It was kind of a delay, but thank you for calling in, my brother. Thank you.
No problem, coach.
Yes, sir.
Take care, man.
Yes, sir. All right, so basically, Haleen is deeply involved in boxing himself. So, so basically, he's just saying Tyson Fury is lying like he normally does, because he doesn't want to pay the sanctioning fee for the belt. You know what? The thing that confused me about that is this: if I'm a sanctioning body, the sanctioning body can say, okay, well, if you saying you're retired, then you have a deadline where you got to file your retirement papers. And I think that's something similar to what Steve Kim has said. Because Steve Kim, like, listen, the sanction bodies want to get paid their money. They want to get paid their money. You see what I'm saying? So the sanction body want to get paid their money. So they're like, okay, if you're retired, okay, prove it to us by retiring. Submit your paperwork. Submit the paperwork that shows that you have officially retired. If you have not submitted your paperwork to show that you're officially retired, but then you saying on the interview that you're going to hold on to your belt for 12 months, then that means you're not officially retired. Then that means that you're lying. And that's fine, because that's what you do. So I just want to point out the lies and the double standards as it relates to that. And my thing is this here. It's obviously what the play is. And just like, I like those dudes that's on Talk Sports. Like, they ask some hell of a really good questions. They ask some really good questions, man. So those guys really, I like the question. They didn't take it easy on them. You know what I mean? I don't know if he'll ever do an interview with them again, but they ask the questions. See, I like interviewers that ask the questions that the fans want to hear. If you are an interviewer and you ask the questions that the fans want to hear, I like that. That's why I love Brian Custer so much. I like any interviewer that asks those questions. The thing with Brian Custer, he does it in a way that's so smooth. Steve Kim does it in a smooth way as well. And I'm not just saying this because I know Steve, Steve, he's a good guy, but I'm just saying he does it in a smooth way as well. The really good interviewers, they know how to ask a question without asking the question. What do I mean by that? They bring it so smooth to where, it's like a 52 fake out. The really good interviewers, if you know anything about the American basketball, back in the day, my favorite basketball team was the Los Angeles Lakers. I used to love the Showtime Lakers. And Magic Johnson used to be running down the floor. You got James Worthy, Brian Scott, you got Kurt Rambis, you got Kareem. They running the floor. Magic Johnson throw the no-look pass. Magic Johnson will look this way and throw the ball back that way. No-look pass. See, them good interviewers, they throw them no-look pass questions. The person who they're interviewing, they don't even see it coming until it's, they don't even see it coming. And they break it so smooth. Let's see, man. Let's see. Anthony Joshua. I'm on the zone right now. Now that he's officially, with them. Let me see if they, I love those interviews like that. Man, goddamn, why you asking me? Why you asking my fighter all them goddamn tough ass questions? Don't be asking them no questions. You're trying to catch him in his lies. Just the most basics of stuff. Why would we get bad? He said, well, technically he got stripped and dropped the belts. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, boy. Let me see. The Showtime Lakers, man. Yeah, them good interviewers, they know how to do them no-look passes. Be running down the court, no-look passes. Shout out to Slim's Box. What you say? You say, Coach, Talk Sport is hated in the UK by some sections of football fan bases. They hate those guys. The Vi, you said what you say? The Vi with the glasses. I guess you mean the guy with the glasses. Simon Jordan owned a football club, Crystal Palace, years ago. Yeah. I don't know. Slim's Boxing commentaries. Yeah, I don't know, fam. I just, I don't know whether they're good guys or bad guys. All I know is I just like the You know, I like the questions. They asked the questions that the fans wanted to hear. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, I guess in the UK, you guys call it banter. I think it's just, you know, I think it's just, you know, I think we kind of see that that's not it. So my thing is, okay, man, and I like the question they asked. They're like, okay, man, if you are retired, why don't you just drop the belt? Oh, but no, I'm not gonna drop the belt. I'm not gonna drop the belt. No, I'm not gonna drop the belt. I worked too hard to get these belts. Yeah, but you have no need. Listen, you in the history books, you got the belt. You know, so I mean, like, what's the point of holding it if you're officially retired? No, no, seven me timbers. Ahoy there! Oh my God! Well, like, okay, all right. So you haven't retired. Halim, you know, and I get what Halim is saying. He's saying that the reason why Fury is lying, saying that and we gotta just call it like it is, like, you know, he's lying. Fine. The reason why Fury is lying to the public, saying that he's officially retired, and lying to the people who's asking these questions on these shows, is the fact that he doesn't want to pay the sanctioning fee. Okay. That still doesn't stop you from paying the sanctioning fee. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if there's some kind of formality to where you have to file the paperwork in order to say that you're really retired, well, you know what, dog? And listen, until you file this paperwork, you're gonna pay this sanctioning fee. Because when you file the paperwork, that's when we know it's real and that's when we know it's official. No. Okay, you retired. Okay, cool. I need $1 million. I don't know what the sanctioning fees is, guys. I don't know. I need $1 million sanctioning fee by July 15th of this year. No, he just saying that because he don't want to pay the sanction fee. Okay, cool. Well, we finna call this blow. Hey, look here, baby boy. I'm Mauricio Suleiman. I pull out my trusty sidekick. Hello. You know, hello. Ahoy there. Yes, Tyson Fury, this is Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio, what's going on, mate? What's going on, laddie? You know, did you see the way I beat that big dosser, the Dillian White? You see how I dropped him with an uppercut? You know, I'm the greatest fighter in the world. You know, I'm the greatest in the world, Mauricio. There's no man born from his pappy's loins that's better than me. I'm greater than Ali. I'm greater than Ken Norton. I'm greater. Yeah, Tyson, I understand you want to talk about how great you are. We have not received your payment for the belt that you're holding right now, the WBC championship belt. We need $1 million in our account by July the 15th. You know, I know since you have retired, we noticed that you have not put in the paperwork to show that you are retired officially. So we don't believe you, because you do lie a lot, Tyson Fury, and it's to the best interest of the WBC that we do get our money from you. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? I gotta pay $1 million for what? I'm the greatest fighter of all time. Shiver me timbers. I dare you call the Gypsy King like that. I'm the most popular man in the UK, around the world. I'm international. You know, I'm drinking a shandy right now. And I'm like, okay, we understand that. You got to July the 15th. Wire us the $1 million, or we stripping you of the belt, or officially submit your retirement papers. That's what I do. I'm gonna call a motherfucker bluff. That's what I'm finna call him bluff. Oh, he retired. Okay, I need to make my money. So you're retired. Okay, look here, baby boy. Look here. This what we're gonna do. We need this cheese by this date. Okay. I heard you on the interview saying that you got the 12 months to hold the belt. No. We're not gonna let you babysit the belt. We don't care who you is. Ahoy there, shiver me timbers. You know, whatever. We need that belt. We need that sanctioning fee. Because we got somebody else that we can let fight for the belt, and then they can be paying us sanctioning fees. You see what I'm saying? So that's what that you have to call that bluff on that. You have to call that bluff on that. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna say Fury is a liar, cheat, con man, drug, cheating, and a duck. He say, tell me I'm wrong. Hey man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. You see what I'm saying? And you have to, again, my criteria is different. My criteria is, you gotta fight the top guys. You just gotta fight the top guys, man. That's my criteria. I want to show you guys something too. I want to show you guys something else. And I don't mean to pivot a little bit, but I'm gonna pivot a little bit. Floyd Mayweather. There's a lot going on, and a lot of people been hitting me up. Coach, I noticed you ain't said nothing about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna touch on it for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. When it comes to the PBC, Floyd Mayweather is the PBC. Floyd Mayweather built the PBC. The PBC was built off of the talents of Floyd Mayweather, off of the talents of Al Heyman, off of the talents of Oscar De La Hoya, Sam Watson, Richard Schaefer. All of these guys played a big part. What's my main man name? The guy named Showtime, Steven Espinosa, stuff like that, right? A lot of people wanted to come to the PBC because of Floyd. Facts. We talking about back then. Remember 8B bouncing up and down? The PBC became a company, what, in 2015? So we know what it is, right? So I think I don't want to say I want to insult anybody, but I might have to. I think only a fool would believe that Floyd Mayweather is not one of the owners or partners in the PBC. So when these YouTube channels, and we ain't got to say no names because you know who they are, go around saying, yeah, man, that dude need to sign the contract. He need to do this and do that. And he pricing himself out and yada, 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 blah, blah, squaze. Because they're getting it from the finance, they're getting it from the blues. They're getting it from the egos. Just all this lying, right? And I respect those brothers hustle. Get your money. Me being a content creator, I know what it is. So it is what it is, right? But I'm going to believe the people who are a part of the company more so than I'm going to believe a dude behind the camera who's going live on a YouTube channel. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Let's go over here. What do I mean by that? Let's go right here. Let's go right here. Let's do this. Once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. I want you guys to hear this. Let's go here. All right, here we go. Let's go here.
Floyd, when you say if we don't hear it from you, do you? Because I know you showed some interest in wanting to sign Crawford. So are you saying until that happens, it won't be announced?
It's not that, I don't, like I said before, so many things that I can really talk about that I'm not going to talk about. Remember, just because the guy, and I love ESPN, but the ESPN, just because they got boxing writers and they're paying these guys doesn't mean they're right. So when you see Fight Hype post, when you see a text message from me and I say this is not true, or there's no different from when Amir Khan was saying that oh yeah, me and Floyd just talked about doing an exhibition. That wasn't true. Amir Khan see me in Dubai when Amir Khan see me.
So what he's saying is this. He's talking about, that was Nestor Gibbs, shout out to Nestor Gibbs, asked him a question about as it relates to the Crawford and Spence situation. He said, listen, just because somebody from ESPN types something, that's not true. All this chatter you're hearing about, yeah, the fight was signed 3 months ago and they got a date and they're gonna fight on Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler's, Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns' anniversary and it's booked already and this and that. These guys are lying to you. Floyd Mayweather don't know what he's talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Floyd Mayweather is the PBC. He built that shit with his talents. Him, Al Heyman, Sam Watson. So basically, a YouTube channel, a content creator who's been in the game longer than me. They have low IQ subscribers. Their job is to get the clicks, the advertising revenue, stuff like that. I respect that. I respect the hustle. I'm not knocking it. But what you're not going to tell me is don't listen to Floyd, listen to me. Oh, I'm going to listen to the sources say guy. I'm going to listen to, according to sources. I'm going to listen to, rumor has it. I'm going to listen to breaking news. I'm going to listen to you versus more so than the guy who is, who is on the inside. And it's the funny part about it is when you are a narrative pusher, when information comes out to expose your lie or debunk what you're saying, from not just the source, but from the source. Because you ain't hearing that from Al Heyman. Oh man, he don't know what he's talking about. The fanboy going, oh, he hating on Errol. He don't want to see nobody shine better than him. Oh, this is what it's about. By you being you first you're pro PBC, then your aerosexual will come out of you, then your narrative come out. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't got no problem with none of that. But what you're not going to tell me is that these guys who just be putting shit out there, I do this shit every day now. I'm telling y'all what it is. The people have been lied to so much that when they hear the truth, they look at the truth as hate, and they look at the lie as the truth. And they attack anybody that puts out information. You can show receipts, every goddamn thing. If it doesn't fit the narrative that you've been programmed to believe, you attack them. I ain't got no problem with that. This is why I say you men fans, you men fanboys in the sport of boxing, you male fanboys, y'all make me sick, dog. I swear, I cannot stand you. I cannot stand you. Y'all is so moist. So bitchified. Y'all like hoes. These, because the man's telling you, let's continue. The man, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna play one more game.
Floyd, when you say if we don't hear it from you, do you? Because I know you showed some interest in wanting to sign Crawford. So are you saying until that happens, it won't be announced?
It's not that, I don't, like I said before, so many things that I can really talk about that I'm not going to talk about. Remember, just because.
Someone called in, unknown. I know who that is. Y'all got to call back.
The guy, and I love ESPN, but the ESPN, just because they got boxing writers and they're paying these guys, doesn't mean they're right. So when you see Fight Hype post, when you see a text message from me and I say this is not true, or there's no different from when Amir Khan was saying that oh yeah, me and Floyd just talked about doing an exhibition. That wasn't true. Amir Khan see me in Dubai. When Amir Khan see me in the lobby of the Armani Hotel, when he see me, he said, "Get on my video with me." I got on this video with him. He was recording our talk. Say, hey, whatever. Next thing you know, he said, me and Mayweather talked about doing an exhibition, which is not true.
So,
hello. A lot of times, remember this, and this is the reason why I do it. The reason why I give Fight Hype the story first is because of this. When nobody gave me a chance, and everybody was talking very, very disrespectful about me when I stood up to the plate to try to clean up the sport of boxing and said random blood and urine testing.
Now, of course, Floyd makes it about him now. Now Floyd makes it about him now. Typical Floyd. But let's go.
Just for my opponent, but for me also. Now remember, it's so many fighters that have died and got hurt in the sport of boxing. Remember, the most important thing is your health. So these fighters should be able to have everything up here when their career is over. That's the great thing about my career. You know why they don't like me?
They asked Floyd one question. Nesta Gibbs asked Floyd, and shout out to you for answering that question. That was a good question. Nesta Gibbs asked one question. Floyd done went on a whole, like I said before, yes. See, shout out to ESPN. But when these guys be reporting stuff saying that this is done and that is done, that's not true. And and depending on who your favorite YouTube channel is, if it doesn't fit the narrative that you want to believe or been programmed to believe because of your fanboyism for that particular fighter, then you will say Floyd don't know what he's talking about. He's lying. He's doing this and doing that. Sir, what proof do you have that he's lying? As a matter of fact, nothing has happened so far. See, I look at the action. Because your favorite YouTube channel, I can show you receipts where they said this fight has been signed. It's going to be announced that it's going to be announced at the same night Spence fought Ugas. It's going to be announced after the fight. Guess what? That went by. Oh, it's signed. And I can show you videos from April. It's signed right here. I can show it to you. I've done it before. Done it on the show. And then, Crawford pricing himself out. Wait a minute, I thought y'all said it was signed. Crawford is being unrealistic. Wait a minute, where all this other shit come from? Now they back to talking about splits. His sister got to know how to do the butterfly. His cousin got to know how to do the one leg up. His auntie got to know how to do the Donkey Kong. Wait a minute, he asked for too much money and he got to be realistic and stuff. I said, y'all using Blue Bloods and Fanon's talking points. Y'all using BFTB talking points. Y'all using Bossa Ego talking points. Also, I get it. You don't like Floyd. Floyd is a narcissist and this and that. Okay, fine. But how the hell you gonna believe what? How you gonna believe what Hoghead Cheese say?
Unknown.
How you gonna believe what this dude say? A guy who's at home every day shooting videos, who don't even work for the company, know nothing about the company, don't even give you primary sources of information. They're giving you sources say information. So where's the receipt for that? So according to reports is another way of saying sources say. Sources say is another way of saying according to sources. According to sources, according to reports, sources say, all that mean what? Man, I'm making this shit up. That's what that means. I'm the bad guy for pointing this shit out, though. Oh, that nigga hating. Hoghead Cheese, listen, Hoghead Cheese, he got a YouTube channel, and this what he said. I'm going to believe him. Why you going to believe him, sir? Sir, what has happened thus far? Nothing. What did Crawford say? He's saying the same shit Floyd saying. Oh, shit, damn that. Both of them hate. But these dudes is moist as hell, man. I was like, listen, man, these dudes are moist, dog. These dudes are moist. Listen, this is another thing I gotta say. You moist ass dudes online, you fanboys. You can't even manage a McDonald's. You got a net worth of $55 in your bank account. And because you listen to a YouTube channel who get direct deposits on the 21st of the month from ad revenue and super chats, a fanboy YouTube channel of a particular fighter, you know about boxing contracts, you became a manager, you a promoter, you a matchmaker, you gonna tell a dude who got a net worth of 8 figures and you got a net worth of 2 figures. You a 2-figure nigga. You ain't even a 3-figure nigga. You got a net worth of $55 and you online want to argue with me talking about he got to be realistic. 60-40, 80-20, 70-30. He shouldn't have signed that contract. That's a slave contract. Dude, you got a net worth of $55. Who the hell is you? What made you an expert? Oh, I would listen to BFTV. Shit, Fanon, you heard what Fanon said? Oh, that's what Blue said. That's what Bossa Ego said. Dog, you got a net worth of 2 packs of Annihilators, a frozen cup, a Hoghead cheese sandwich, and $55. That's your net worth, but you gonna come on here and tell a fighter online who has a net worth of 8 figures how he should conduct his business based on rumors that are not true, based on lies in order to support your narrative, to feed your ego. Come on, man. Make that shit make sense to me. True, true, true. Make it make sense to me. You got a net worth of a pack of Annihilators, some Scooby snacks, but 2 bologna sandwiches, pickle pig feet, double eggs, with $50, and you trying to tell a fighter who been fighting all of his goddamn life. You ain't had 2 fights in your life. And you on here arguing because you following a fanboy YouTube channel who's telling you bullshit for clicks and views. You really think these dudes listening to you niggas? Hey man, I don't know what to say, dog. I don't know what to say, dog. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And listen, shout out to those brothers. Shout out to those brothers. Get your money, man. These dudes is slow. These dudes is slow. Like these dudes, bro, if I can trade, if God was to bless me, if I had it one way, if God was to bless me to get rid of all of these man fanboys who moist, they wake up in the morning, mouth all watery, looking to give their favorite fighter awesome jawsome, and will debate or want to argue. Like, what the fuck I look like arguing with a grown ass man about some shit that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not finna be arguing with you. Yeah, nigga, whatever. Come on, man. You telling, listen, bro, check this out, bro. Check this out. Like, make that make sense to me. You are a two-figure, like you trying to holler at females, they don't even want to talk to you because you got a net worth of 2 figures, a half a bologna sandwich, a whole head cheese sandwich. Listen, bro, like shit don't even want to talk to you. You got all this energy, the arguing, getting mad. Nigga, I don't like you, I'm unsubscribed. But I wish I could replace you with a whole bunch of women. You so feminine, so bitchified. Who raised you? Like, who raised these dudes, man? Who raised these dudes? Bro, like, who raised these dudes? Like, I be sitting back like, damn, I'm the old nigga with the 30 rifle, holding the line, fighting all fanboys and fighting all fanboys and casuals. And I'm like, damn, and they be adamant about it, too. In all caps. Yeah, nigga, yeah, he need to sign the contract. It takes 80-20, and he on the wrong side of the street. And and check this out. And see, this what's going on. And yada, yada, yada. And you got to be realistic. And what you bring to the table. And you got to understand, you ain't doing the pay-per-view numbers that my fighter doing. What? I digress. I digress, dog. I digress. I didn't mean to get off the topic. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, mate. How you doing, mate? You all right? Steve, mate. Steve here.
I can't, fam. I cannot hear you. You sound very muffled. I can't hear you at all. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah.
It's Steve, mate. Steve.
Steve. Okay, Steve. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from England, mate. England. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yes, I can't hear you, fam. I can't hear you, brother. You got a bad reception. But go ahead. Talk to me.
You can't hear me, mate.
Yeah, Steve, call back, man. Call back, my brother. Call back. Yeah, guys, I can't hear. Steve, you got to get a better reception, fam. I know you're calling from the UK, but I literally can't hear you. The phone is breaking up, my brother. Please call back. Please call back, Steve, with a better reception. Yeah, but I wish I can trade these dudes out for. Listen. What we got? We got almost 14,000 subscribers, right? When I look at my analytics, 95% of my subscribers are men. I wish I can take like 45% of them and send them somewhere else and swap them out for 45% of women who love the sport of boxing. I wish I can do that. Boy, if I could do that, I'd be a whole lot more happier. Because these dudes is, oh my God, these dudes is something else. Hey, what you say, GM Strong? Hold the line, cause I'm gonna hold the line, dog. True. These dudes is, my God, this shit they be arguing about, obvious lies. I be showing all kind of receipts like, okay, look, this what he said right here. This what he said 2 days later. This what he said 3 days later. This what he said the day after that. And now 4-5 months later, he done made 20 different videos saying 20 different things. And you sitting there telling me not to believe what Floyd said as of late to this fight not happening. Floyd said, listen, if you don't hear from me And I'm gonna release the information, and it's nothing is official. Oh man, he hating. He don't know what he's talking about because you fanboying for your favorite fighter from Dallas, Texas. My favorite YouTube channel said this and that. They lied. They done made 20 different videos saying 20 different things, contradicting, giving you 20 different contradictions. You ain't picked up on it yet. It's about the thumbnails and the headlines. These dudes know their audience very well. They know what you want to hear. That's what marketing is all about. Know your audience and know what they want to hear and feed it to them. Facts. I know this shit. Carl, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Derek from Florida.
Derek from Florida. Talk to me.
Yeah, I was watching the interview with Floyd. Floyd was talking about the from belts. He was like, why everybody is champion? Like, he don't like the sport. How everybody champion. Like, you agree with him on that? Because it was an interview talking about,
I saw that.
Like, everybody has a belt. Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. He also said, I'll give you my take on it. He's basically saying that, hey, the reason why I got all the belts is because of the sanctioning fees. He said the reason why these sanctioning bodies keep creating belts, because the more belts they create, the more money that they make. It's a business for the sanctioning bodies. So this is why you got the WBC PapaJohn.com belt. This is why you got the Baby Got Baby Got Back belt. This is why you got the electric slide belt. This is why you got the WBC Latin American belt. This is why you got the hog head cheese belt. This is why you got the Pizza Hut belt.
Even Pitbull got a belt. Even little Pitbull got him a belt. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I said I got a belt over there too, man. Hey, shout out to you, Derek. Derek, I got another call. Right. Salute you, fam. Shout out to Derek.
Call from.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jamar calling from Detroit.
Jamar calling from Detroit. Talk to me.
Hey, man, I just got to do a follow-up to what you said. Man, I got people that I talk to about this Crawford and Spence fight.
Yes, sir.
And I'm swear that aerosexuals is wild. It opened up my eyes to boxing. I used to think boxing was racial. I used to think they just try to jump on either the black or the white person. But he go two black men. I'll be listening to other black people tell me, this man should just take everything. This man should do this. He should sign the contract. Don't nobody know what's in the contract. Nobody's seen the contract. I got my homeboy, Brian Hall. I hope he's listening to this. Me and him talk about it all the day. He just sent me a message where he blamed Terrence Crawford for this fight not happening, yet this man contradicts himself every time he opens his mouth. And then at the end of the fight against Usyk, him and his trainer, they both said that they didn't want to have a fight because he got all the belts. So basically what they saying is all this shit for the past 4 years was all smoke because he never had any intentions on fighting them. But now he does have attention, and they're negotiating the fight. But I'll be listening to these black men tell this man, Terry Crawford, you just need to take whatever the man gives you. You just need to do this. I'll be like, man, where's y'all at?
Man.
But I just had to go on that, man. I feel you 1,000%.
Hey,
it's the silliest shit I ever heard in my life.
Hey, Jamal, man. Hey, listen, man. Don't argue with them, bro. When they come with that, just walk off. Understand, bro, that they don't drunk the Kool-Aid. They don't know no better. And these dudes are, you know, they very, very emotional, moist. And they fanboys, and that's all it is, fam. Don't even argue with them, bro. I stop arguing.
Hey, man,
I'm
aerosexual.
I'm done.
That's a great name. Aerosexual. Whoever made that name up, they need to go tag that. I ain't never seen nothing like
you're talking to him. Talking to the guy who made the name up.
Well, brother, you need to give some royalties off that motherfucking dog because that is the most, I've never seen this before. They be sitting here where the man contradicts himself. It's almost like Trump supporters. He'll say some shit that you know is wrong, they approve it wrong, and then the other people, the supporters, start making sense of the dumb shit. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, it just these.
All right, man. Have a blessed day, bro.
Hey, shout out to Jamal, man. From Detroit. Detroit versus everybody. Detroit versus everybody, man. We know. Hey, I got that from Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison say Detroit versus everybody. We gain the hardest. We rep the hardest. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, mate. Steve, mate. How you doing, mate? Can you hear me now, mate?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you well, Steve. Talk to me.
All right. Nice geese. All I'm saying to you is, mate, Fury is the best heavyweight of all time, mate. After Muhammad Ali, I'm a big Ali fan, you know what I mean? Good fighter and all that. Number one. After that, number two, Fury, mate. For me, Fury is the best heavyweight of all time, mate. You know what I mean?
Okay. And what's your criteria for that?
My pride. Who's beaten Fury? No one. Who's beaten Joshua? Everyone. You know what I mean? And Andy, what's his name? What's the geezer's name? You know Andy. What's it? You know that geezer, the fat geezer. What's his name?
So
he beat him. I could have beaten him.
So your criteria,
Andy,
so your criteria for Tyson Fury being the best heavyweight of all time is no one has beaten him.
No one beat him up. Like, look, you got Floyd Mayweather going around saying it's TBE and that. He's got 0. Fury's got 0 as well. So why is he not the best heavyweight of all time? You tell me that, mate.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that. I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, it's a whole lot I can go into that. You know what I mean? Like title defenses play a big part in it. You know, when you look at the criteria that was set for those who fought in the past, you know, if you look at since you brought up Ali, if you look up Ali has fought all of the top 10 guys, the top 15 guys, the top 20 guys, the Chuck Webners, the George Foremans, the Joe Frazier's, the Leon Spence, the Ken Nortons, the Ron Lyles, the Larry Holmes. You see,
these are my friend.
No. Hear me out. You asked me a question. I gave you an answer.
Yeah.
I'm not, listen. I'm not here to argue with you about if you feel like Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world, guess what? You have a right to feel that way. I don't agree with you.
After Ali, mate. After Ali.
After Ali. Nothing problem with that. All I'm saying, what I want to establish is this. I don't agree with you, right? And there's nothing wrong with us agreeing to disagree. If that's how you feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. And if I don't feel that way, then there's nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying, my brother. If that's the way you feel, so be it. I'm not going to argue. And I'm not saying you want to argue, but I'm not trying to convince you anything other than how you feel.
I'm not trying to.
That's all.
I'm not trying to argue.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right, mate. I'm not trying to argue. All I'm saying is, for me, Fury, second best heavyweight of all time. Look what he's done to Klitschko, like geezer, in Germany, in his own backyard. Do you know what I mean, mate? Do you know what I mean? In his own backyard, geezer. Do you know what I mean? Like, who's done that to Klitschko? 10 years and all that. And then he got Tyson Fury coming in, absolutely schooled him, mate. You watch that fight, 2015, absolutely schooled him, mate. Dog's bollocks, you know what I mean? So for me, Ali's Ali. Like no one, like Ali's Ali. And then it's Fury. For me, you know what I mean, mate? You know what I mean? Fury's 6'9", and he moves like a fucking middleweight. Do you know what I mean, mate? He moves like a middleweight. You see his head movement, his agility, his footwork, and that. He moves so fast, it's in and out, mate. You know what I mean, mate? So for me, mate, Fury. But I love your show. Doing a good job, mate. Keep it going, mate. Sweet geezer. I'm off, mate.
All right, shout out to you, Phil. Shout out to what my brother named Steve from England. Salute to Steve from England, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? So again, I don't, I'm not gonna argue with no one how they feel. My brother Steve said to him, meaning that's subjectively to him, Tyson Fury is the second best heavyweight of all time behind Ali. That's how he feels. Okay, fine. I don't agree with it, but what I'm not gonna do, and I'm not saying that's what Steve wanted to do, but what I don't do anymore now is I don't argue with people about their opinion. That's how you feel, so be it. Because evidently your criteria is different from mine, and so we're not going to, you're not going to convince me to believe what you believe, and I'm not going to convince you to believe what I'm gonna believe. So what I do is once we come to an impasse where I say, you know what, we just, I'm on this side, you're on that side. Okay, we can agree to disagree, and it saves a lot of energy. Saves a lot of energy, a lot of animosity, a lot of anger. Because you got some people, they just like to argue. Oh, what the hell you mean? What the hell you mean? You ain't got a Tyson Fury number 1. Oh, hell no. Look at you hating. And look who he beat. And yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, sir. I can't do it. I'm 48 years old, dog. I'm a Capricorn. I have no patience. I just can't do it no more. What you say, fam? He said, Coach, are you going to do a video on the fight with Joe Smith Jr.? Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what, man? Oscar, absolutely, bro. We talk about Joe Smith and Beterbiev tomorrow. I'm gonna do a pop-up once this show ends. Oh, as a matter of fact, we've been on 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna do a pop-up. And yeah, but tomorrow we're doing a show on Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. I saw the Blood, Sweat, and Tears trailer, and I'm loving it, bro. I like Joe Smith Jr., man. He's a blue collar fighter. I like him. I do have Beterbiev stopping him, but I like Joe Smith Jr. Man, he's a blue collar fighter, man. He got it the hard way, and he's a working man, and I like guys like that because we got to get behind these blue collar fighters as well, man. And I like Joe Smith Jr. He got it the hard way. He got it the hard way. Well, shout out to Diallo Huggy, man. Huggy Bell, what's going on, baby? I see you in here, man. I see it is, man. Mark Morris, you know what I mean? Slim's boxing commentaries. What's happening, fam? Thomas Jones, what the league read? Rockman. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? Lynn, what's going on, Lynn Conshonery? Shout out to the queen, Bless 365. Lisa Bell, I always got to give a shout out to the women. Lisa Bells, Kathy W, Lil Green Eyes P, the Queen Karma Serene, Arlette, Nick Rich, who else? Lady Shan, there's some more women I'm forgetting. Anna Lee. Like, I wish I could just trade. If I can get rid of some of these male fanboys and swap them out with some women who know boxing, I'm arguing with dudes. You got a net worth of a half a bologna sandwich in your refrigerator. You got a doggone, you a two-figure, you got a net worth of 2 figures, and you online talking about contracts. You can't even negotiate your salary at your job. Sir, do you know how to negotiate with your boss on your job in order to get a higher salary, in order to get a raise on your job? You don't even know how to do that, but you're going to tell a fighter that's been fighting for 15, 20 years, has a net worth of 8 figures, what he should do because of you listening to a fanboy YouTube channel. Make that shit make sense to me. Now, I ain't the brightest guy in the world. You know what I mean? But my GED education tells me that shit don't make no sense. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? It's Blood, man. How you doing, brother?
My man, motherfucking Blood. Let's give my brother a round of applause. There you go. Go ahead and talk.
Coach,
go ahead and talk. Let me keep my mouth closed. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at the title of this video, and you said that Tyson Fury said he'll fight Joshua Usyk for 500.
Yes,
he'll fight Wilder for 20 million.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I don't want to see Tyson Fury beat up Wilder again. As far as the other stuff about him retiring, you see, back in the day, from what history tells us, when a fighter retires or vacates his status, the sanctioning bodies stopped doing elimination tournaments in the 1970s for the new vacated status. If Fury is serious about this retirement, he should just let the WBC put their belt on the line so we could get an undisputed champion. He could come back and fight one of those guys down the line if he feels like it. But if he's serious about the retirement, he has to relinquish the belt. That's how it's always worked, man.
Yes, sir.
So if he's not going to relinquish the belt, then, that's bullshit. The retirement thing is a bunch of bullshit.
Yes,
so I just wanted to chime in a little bit on that. That's all, But other than that, though, Coach, man, great show, man. I've been listening to you cook, doing your thing, bro. Coming down on them aerosexuals. Yeah, you did make up that word. You do need to get a little bit of money for that. You need to get some bread for that shit, bro. But anyways, though, Coach, man, great show, bro.
Hey, before you go, I want to ask you this. What did you think about dudes arguing online? They have a net worth of $55 in their bank account, and they telling fighters who have a net worth of 8 figures that they need to take the contract, take 70-30, 80-20. You're signed to the wrong promotion company. You're on the wrong side of the street. You don't know how to hula hoop. You don't know how to do the tether ball. You need to be realistic. You're pricing yourself out. What do you got to say? What you got to say?
Man, those damn world clowns. What kills me about the whole thing is that they're trying to tell Terrence Crawford what his self-worth is and all kinds of stuff. Telling him to take the bottom end of a split. He's the one with all the talent. He's the one getting the offers. He's the one who's got a net worth of, nearly $10 million. These guys, man, there's some clowns that sit at home on their couches typing and trying to tell some nigga what he needs to do. The guy who has all the talent now. He's the one who has to decide what his self-worth is, right? I mean, it's just common sense stuff, man. These guys are clowns, bro. They don't understand nothing about anything, bro.
Man, you hating.
Dummies.
Man, you hating. You don't know what you're talking about. He need to sign the contract.
Yeah, telling him that he needs to sign the contract and all of that. They ain't never talked like that to nobody in their life, except from their computer. That's it. When they at the job and somebody bossing them around and telling them to go get their job done, oh, just a messer and all kinds of shit, right? Then they want to get on here and start talking all tough online, telling somebody what they need to do. You go out and you make your money, nigga, right? You make your money, you stack it up, and you do what you do with your money, and let them niggas do what they got with all their money, right? Yeah, man, you know how them hoe ass niggas is. Like D-Mac say, they moist as shit. Moist like Duncan Hines.
Yeah, they boys. Hey, shout out to my brother Blood. Thank you, my brother, for calling in, man. Salute to my brother, man. Florida versus everybody. Hey, look here, man. These dude, bro, this shit is hilarious, dog. This shit is hilarious. Dude, you listen, bro, you in the corner, you on the hood, you selling Nick Sacks. You a Nick Sacks selling ass nigga. And you listening to your favorite YouTube channel, you selling Nick Sacks, and you telling a fighter who been boxing all his life, got a net worth of 8 figures, what he should and shouldn't do. You don't even know how to spell contract. You selling Nick Sacks, got a net worth of $50, got a bologna sandwich, and got a bologna sandwich in your house. You in your baby mama apartment playing PlayStation all day while your baby mama going out working. You eating up all the cheering cereal in the house, smoking weed. Your baby mama come in there, so you got 20 of your homeboys in there, all the cheering, ain't got no cereal. She asking you for some money, you don't gave her $35, and you been selling Nick Sacks all day, and all you got is $35, but you gonna listen to Fanon, Blue Bloods, of Champ Side, you gonna listen to the BLTV, Boxing Ego, and you gonna sit here and tell a fighter that's a multi-millionaire what he should do and how to carry his business when you a Nick Sacks selling ass nigga? Net worth of $50 ass nigga? Boy, hush. True. Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Oh, boy, they don't like me today.
You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go.
That's what it is, man. Let's give everybody a shout out, man. Shout out to Knockdown 305. True. Shout out to Brian C. Shout out to Haleen. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to Kane. Shout out to Cool Boy Curry. Shout out to Lynn. Shout out to Rockman. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Ahmed. Ahmed, I got you back in the game, baby. Bless say, get your $2 ass out here before you leave. I got to bless. She's so petty. Shout out to James Higgins. Shout out to my brother Thomas Jones. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to 1-900 Hustler. Shout out to Gilbert A. Shout out to Big Hawk from Maryland. Shout out to my brother Blood Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Shout out to Mike from London. Shout out to Nigel from the UK. Shout out to Haleen from the UK. Shout out to Steve from England. Shout out to Derek from Florida. Shout out to Jamar from Detroit. Shout out to my brother once again, Blood from Florida. Shout out to Diallo Huggy Bear. Shout out to Knockdown 305, my homeboy from Dade County. Shout out to who else we got in the building, man? Let's see, 1-900 Hustler. Who else we got in the building, man? Shout out to the Queen Carmen Serene. She was here early as well. Shout out to Arlette. Salute to my brother Smith and West from Detroit. As a matter of fact, I think we got, let's see, shout out to you know how we do it, man. Shout out to my main man, Swift. Shout out to Swift 718. Shout out to Damian Bennett from B-More. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Shout out to the Queen Lady Shan. Shout out to Juan Carrillo. Shout out to Bernard Burton. Shout out to LaShawn. Shout out to Ralph Reacts. Al Money, what's happening? Shout out to Manic V. Shout out to Arnold Muketsi. Shout out to Frank the Tank. What's going on, my brother? I got you back in the game. Somebody blocked him. I don't know who the hell blocked Frank. Shout out to Ricky Ricardo. Shout out to Jason Dockery. Shout out to Big Will Sargentson. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Daniel Rios, Jesus Luna, Manny G. Shout out to Eric Pack. Shout out to Low Key Serious. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Shout out to Deborah Booker. Shout out to Big Ron Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Drummond Phone Live. Shout out to Just a Fan. Shout out to W Right Side. Shout out to Manny 209. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to Mike from Boston. Shout out to Butch the Can Man Cassidy. Shout out to Troy Graham, my brother. We praying for you. Shout out to AB Sounds, Kathy W, Dean West, Jim 82, Miguel Chartico. Shout out to the Mac Mob. Shout out to them boys that are the Mac Mob, B-Mac. Shout out to E Thriller. And shout out to all those boys over there, man. Mosquito spraying all those boys. Shout out to True Gritter 402, Nebraska's Omaha, Nebraska's finest. Shout out to Malcolm Roach from Houston, Texas. Hell Hero Elite, Jay Rodriguez, Folobon, Philo 58. My main man, Ron Boy Fresh, Dantes from right here from Tampa Bay with me. Chickarelli, what's up, baby? Shout out to Charlo. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Fitzgerald Fights. Shout out to the Queen Misfit, Retro Boston and Documentaries, Schoolo X-Mon, Rider of the Storm, Philly Fly, Ace Sneed, Dr. Paul Evans, the Good Doctor, the Queen Lisa Bells, and Punch Perfect Boxing, man. It is what it is, man. Y'all know what time and TI is, man. We not even, you know what, man? We're not even gonna play with these fools today, man. Not today, man. We can't do it, man. And it is what it is, man. Because like I said before, man, these dudes, as I said, man, we gonna do this Leonard Ellaby and Eddie Hearn style.
Sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll smack the shit out of him in front of everybody.
Only dark times for you.
I would just throw Haney's name in the hat. There is no fucking hat.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I don't play them type of games.
Leonard Ellaby, why you always talking about me?
Did you fucking learn your lesson from that with AJ?
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll knock that motherfucker's hole out. Period.
Only dark times for you.
There ain't no hats to throw nothing in here. We're running a fucking business.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
You fucking idiot.
Leonard Ellaby, why you always talking about?
It is what it is, man. We going out like this. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.